The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I'm bored of that. What year was that done? Guess what year that was done?
I'm going to say 1974.
Sounds 70s, doesn't it? 69.
Really?
But I'm always hungry. No, 1969 is the year that song by Johnny Thunder. I don't know if he's still alive. Ironically, I think he might be dead.
Oh.
He might be. So, it turns out it was a shotgun wedding.
Don't say that.
It was a shotgun wedding. On the day they fell in love, there were three walking down the aisle.
As a product of such speculation myself...
So is my sister, no shame in it?
No, speculation. I wasn't.
OK, well, all right, then fine. You say that, and that's...
It's just happy news. Let's just all be glad.
Oh. That's nice. What's that?
Sounds like 1950.
Where's this? Oh. These are the top 10... What's this? The 11 most obvious song rip-offs in music history. All right, so what? All right. Is that the same thing? Boom, boom. No?
No.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm playing guitar all night long with my baby. Oh, yeah. Midnight. That's rubbish. So it turns out that it was a shotgun wedding that she wanted. We've done the maths. Meghan was pregnant when they had the wedding.
Was she, though? So it was 5 months ago.
Yep.
She's due in spring.
No. They said spring baby. It will come January.
No, that'd be winter.
Yeah. Oh, the royal family lying. So there's now loads of conspiracy theories about the baby. My theory is that it's a shotgun wedding, and that's fine. That's a very old-fashioned phrase. You couldn't have an heir to the throne, though, having a baby out of wedlock.
Well, they haven't. He's not an heir to a throne. It's his throne.
He is an heir to the throne.
No, he'd have to be... He's like 9th or something.
No. Whoa, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Harry.
Harry's not 9th.
He is or something. Right, so you've got his brother, all his brother's kids.
No.
Then him, yeah.
No, first of all, you missed out Charles.
Yes.
Secondly... All right, OK, fine. Let's just do a... 0344 499 1000. Let's do a worst-case scenario. Charles gets blown up.
Don't.
Charles gets murdered, right? and Prince William is so distraught he has a heart attack and dies.
Right.
So you're saying Prince George is going to be the king?
Yes.
Now.
That's what would happen. He'd
No,
have to
no,
have. He'd
no,
have to have
no.
a thingy, a regent. He'd be
No. You've seen too many movies.
No,
It's not
it's the law.
It's not the 1900s. It's not thousands of years ago.
It is in terms of that.
Right. So he becomes the king of England and he makes up all the rules.
It probably
I
would.
give out sweets to everybody.
He would probably have.
I want everyone to serve me. I'm 5.
He would probably.
Xbox now. Xbox. I don't want to go to bed. That's the king of England.
Yes.
You're loco tonight. You're loco.
Loca.
You've been smoking the wacky backy. It wouldn't work. I've seen films. This is what would happen. Sure, he'd become the king of England.
Yeah, then there'd be Prince Regent.
Please be quiet and let me do this.
Stop talking balls then!
Is what Harry would say, because Harry would become the ipso facto, de facto king, right? And he would take over. And he would then send George off to work in a gulag in Siberia.
Wow.
I know how royalty works. Good evening, Sadiq.
Iain Lee, have you watched Johnny English yet, the new Mr. Bean film?
Well, gosh, that's a confusing thing. I have watched the Johnny English, yes, the new Mr. Bean film, yes.
Did you like it?
I liked the bit when he burnt down that restaurant.
Yeah, but do you think they'll make number 4?
I've got my fingers crossed, Sadiq. I'm quite late to the Johnny English Mr. Bean franchise, and I've got to say, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it, Sadiq?
Yeah, it was really funny. I liked it.
What was your favourite bit?
Everything. I wish they'd make another one to be more funnier.
I like because I like his assistant in it. What's his name? Boff.
Yeah.
And Boff goes, should we put some petrol in the Aston Martin, Johnny English, Mr. Bean? No, we don't need to do that. It'll be fine. Then it runs out of petrol.
The only one I didn't like is Mr. Bean's Holiday. That was rubbish.
The which one?
Mr. Bean's Holiday.
You know that Mr. Bean and Johnny English are played by the same person, but they are different characters.
Yeah, I know.
I like the Mr. Bean on Holiday. That's the one where he goes on a train, isn't it?
I didn't like it. It wasn't that funny.
Sadiq, you're wrong. That is a great movie. And I challenge you to a fight to the death. I challenge you to a... How old are you, Sadiq?
25.
Oh, in that case, I challenge you to 2 fights to 2 deaths. You up for it?
I can't fight. I'm in Leicester. I live in Leicester.
What do you mean? What, they banned fighting in Leicester or something?
No, I don't believe in violence because I'm Muslim. I don't believe in all that.
Whoa, hey, listen, I'm a Christian. I don't believe in violence. But come on, if no one's looking, Sadiq, who's going to know?
My mum says wrong, right or wrong. I have to respect my mum because she's older.
All right, I'll fight your mum to the death then. How's about that?
No.
All right, I'll let your mum off. Anything else, Sadiq?
What's your favourite... what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for Bad Boys 3? That's coming out.
You love the sequels, don't you? You're a big fan of the sequels. I tell you what I'm waiting for. I am waiting... Actually, it's probably out now, and I might go and see it this weekend. I'm looking forward... It's not a... Oh, no! I'm looking forward to Goosebumps 2.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it.
Goosebumps is funny and it's scary, and Goosebumps 2 looks scary, as does The House with the Clock in the Walls. That looks really good.
Do you like Harry Potter?
Yeah, you know. It's all right. It's all right.
Have you read the books? Have you read the book?
No. Due to an accident when I was a child, I'm unable to read magical books.
Are you lying?
Yes.
Iain, I was really shocked you didn't win, and I'm a celebrity. I was really sad you didn't win.
Me as well, Sadiq. I should have... They told me I was going to win. That's the only reason I went in there for.
Yeah, no, I felt sorry for you, because you're really clever. And you did the strawberries one. That was wrong what you did.
Really clever. I know. But here's the thing. They weren't real strawberries. Every one of those strawberries was a tiny little actor.
Yeah, but it's still wrong what you did.
They were delicious strawberries, Sadiq, and don't give me that you're a Muslim, you'd never have stolen them. Amir Khan is a Muslim. He was praying every day, and yet he still stole strawberries.
I know you're right, but at the end of the day, you won't go to heaven if you lie.
I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. They were delicious strawberries.
Yeah, but we believe in right and wrong. Think about it. If you do the good thing, you go to heaven if you're a good person and you don't lie ever on TV.
Sadiq, you've just metaphorically spanked my body, and I appreciate that, and you've given me a lot to think about, brother. Thank you.
I am giving you advice, but I want you to be a good person, not to lie ever on TV.
All right, I'll try not to, mate. Thank you for being so kind. It's nice to talk to you. We'll speak again soon.
Bye.
Bye, Sadiq. Goodbye.
Says 25-year-old Sadiq.
I liked him.
25-year-old, honestly, Sadiq.
No, I think he was.
No. 25. Come on. Come on.
I think he was.
No.
Yes.
No.
Totally.
That was a definite 2 for the Little Mermaid, that.
No.
Yes.
Oh. Can we step out of camera range?
No.
I want to do something.
No, it's fine.
I'll step out of camera range.
No.
Yeah.
25. Come on.
Here's the thing. Hey, so far, every caller we've got starts with an S. Mm-hmm. Let's see how far we can go with
I wonder
this.
if they're all 25.
Let's go to Sean. Good evening, Sean. Are you 25?
55.
Prove it. What year were you born?
1963.
Hang on a second. Carry on over. Yeah, he's right. OK, what you got for us, old man? What you got for us, Grandad?
Oh, just say, I love your show, man.
All right, you bum licker. We haven't got time for that. We all know it's a great show. Get to the point.
Your banter about the gay cake the other night had me in stitches, mate.
Gays should not be allowed to eat cakes. It's as simple as that.
It was good stuff, though. No, on the subject of films just now. Have you seen a film called Four Lions?
Oh, yeah, yes, I have. The Chris Morris film.
Yeah.
Yeah, about terrorism, yeah.
Yeah,
it's funny.
One of the funniest films I've ever seen. That's all.
It's a good film, isn't it? It's really interesting. I've not seen it for a long time.
Surreal.
It's well, I don't know if it's surreal, but it's interesting in as much as the character that we all laugh at the start, Chicken Cottage, proper halal bruv, that guy.
Yeah.
And because he's the funniest character. Then, of course, towards the end of the film, right at the end of the film, you realise that he's probably got learning difficulties. He is mentally challenged, and so where we've been laughing because I thought he was a well-written, very funny comedy character. He was actually a child in a man's body, a very scared, confused, lost child.
I think the best bit was when they did the video when he had the gun with the Action Man gun.
Oh, I do know. It's a long time since I've seen. What? Because I used to love Chris Morris.
Where'd you get the gun from? Action Man. And he goes, no, it's because they've got big hands, isn't it?
There we go. I used to love Chris Morris, Day to Day and Brass Eye and Jam.
Brass Eye.
But what happened? Where is?
Do you remember the Day to Day, Ian?
Yeah, I just mentioned it. Yes.
Yeah.
Of course I did. I remember the first time I saw the Day to Day. It was they were showing a. Spoof trails for TV programmes from the decades, and I didn't know what this programme was and turned on, and there's some like 50s footage of someone being hanged on television and some footage from 1962 of a man getting a blowjob. Well,
and the MTV parody.
I'm about to be filleted by a group, and for 30 seconds I thought it was real. Here's the questioner: what is Chris Morris doing now?
I'd love to know.
Well, we'll find out, Sean.
I think he's terrific.
I think he's terrific as well. 0344 499 1000. Where the hell is Chris Morris? Actually, I know people who probably know and could ask him, but I won't. Day to Day was a great programme. Great. And it still stands the test of time. Very, very funny. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Lots to talk about tonight. If you are the product of illegitimacy, call in now and confess your sins. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Kath and I are having a great argument behind the scenes, which we can't go into on air because it's frankly libelous, it's offensive, and let's go third caller, beginning with S. It's Stephen.
Hi, Ian. Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
So, right, Ian, music. I was going to give you a music poser because I know you like.
Go on, I'll answer it immediately. Oh, you've just reminded me! Oh, nothing. Carry on. Just reminded me of something. Carry on. As you were. Just reminded me of... This show is going to be something very, very special. Just reminded me, Stephen. Thank you. Something very special. You don't know about this, Catherine. You don't know about this, Sam. Well, both of you would if you I nearly swore then, if you effing paid attention. If you effing paid attention, you'd know exactly what's going on. But you don't pay attention.
Don't you effing swear at me.
You don't pay attention. Sam doesn't pay attention. Catherine doesn't pay attention. Oh, just come in and do the show and take the money. No, not me. The show is my blood. It's in my DNA. Tonight's show is going to be wicked. Yes, Stephen.
Right, first of all, I know you're not particularly into classical, but can I recommend that you go and see Porgy and Bess at the Coliseum? That's on it. First time it's been on in London for apparently 30-odd years.
I would say that... hang on, when is Porgy and Bess isn't classical? That's opera.
Well, that's what I mean.
Opera and classical is different.
Well...
Yes.
It's not a...
They're not a million miles away, but they're different. They're certainly in the basement of HMV.
Yeah, and a little-known fact, amongst some, is that the Gershwin brothers stipulated back in the 1920s, early days, that whenever it was performed, it had to be performed by black singers. They couldn't be backed up.
Well, that's racist. That's racist. That's racist. They're dead now. I want an all-white Porgy and Bess, otherwise I'm not going. I want an all-white... in wheelchair Porgy and Bess, but I don't want the people who are in the wheelchairs to need wheelchairs. That's what I want. Kiss it, Gershwin, you dead schmuck.
Right. Now, can I give you my poser? Right, well, there were a couple of them, but see how fast you can get this, because I know you've got a quick musical brain.
Very quick musical brain. One of the quickest, one of the musicalists, and one of the brainiest brains.
Which two Beatles songs...
Yep.
Here we go.
...contradict each other in the message they give?
Are you talking about What Money Can Buy You?
Or can you specify which two songs?
Yeah, Money Can't Buy Me Love. I don't care too much for money because money can't buy me love. But hang on a second. In She's Leaving Home, fun is the one thing that money can buy.
No, the other one.
No. I've got it right, but it doesn't fall within your faulty parameters.
You know the one I was thinking of?
Yeah, which is wrong.
That's what I want. Because money, that's what I want. That's what I want.
Right, hang on. So, okay, well, you're about to get destroyed now. First of all, they didn't write that. 1.1, they didn't write that. Second, how does money, that's what I want, contradict money, I don't care too much for money, money don't buy me love? It's not a contradiction.
But listen to them, because one, he's saying... money can't buy me love, it's not worth that much.
But in the other one, he's not saying money can buy me love, he's saying I want money. For drugs and guitars. So, you're incorrect, whereas I am correct. Money can't buy me love, fun is the one thing that money can buy. That's an actual contradiction.
Well, can I run another couple by you, not the Beatles?
OK, well, let's hope they're a little bit better thought out than that one.
Deflection.
Well, this one...
It's Monday, I'm feeling spunky.
It's difficult to phrase it without giving it away. OK, which two songs, I won't give the artist name because that would be a dead giveaway, which two songs are about relationships, romantic relationships with the opposite sex, and they sort of contradict each other?
My God. That's like saying, I'm thinking of a song.
No,
You're not even saying who it's by.
So two songs. So you're telling me there are only two songs that contradict each other?
I better give a clue then. It's about a mature man with a much younger female.
Right.
And we're going back...
Well, young girl, get out of my life?
Yes, that's one.
Gary Puckett. And, well, I don't know, Little Children? That wasn't Gary Puckett, was it?
Only 16?
Only 16?
No, that wasn't the one I was thinking of. Okay. The one where it says, you're ready now. When I met you, you were too young.
Well, she's grown up then. That's the sequel to it. First one, you're too young. I'd love to, because you're fit. Whoa, you're hot, because I'm a dirty American pervert from the 60s. But I can't do it, because at some point in about 10, 20, 30 years' time, this stuff is going to be frowned upon. But then the next single, she comes back, and she is legal. And he's like, yeah, wow, yeah. They might frown on it, but they can't do me for it, not even in the 1980s. Thanks, Stephen. That was filler. 03444991000.
I'm thinking of a song. Can you guess what it is?
Mo, are you going to play or are you going to be mean?
Who? Me? I want to be nice, as always.
No, not as always. Come on, man, not as always. You come on and you snipe. And listen, if you want to come on and play the game with us, then I'd love to have you on to play the game. But if you're going to just come on and snipe and be mean, it's not that show, man. There's so many other shows where you can go and do that, and we don't want you here.
What's the game, mate?
The game is... You know what the game is, Mo. The game is you phone up and we have a laugh, and that's it. You phoning up and having a pop at me or having a pop at Kath, that's just mean and miserable. No one likes it. None of the listeners like it. And it just creates a dark vibe, which I don't want on my show. So it's entirely up to you, Mo. By the way, Kath doesn't want you to come on the air anymore. I'm the one that's had to say...
I don't think you can play the game.
Exactly. And I'm the one that said, well, let's just give him a few more chances, because I want him...
Is Nico on?
No, he's not. He's not on, Mo.
There we go.
Ian, how about you invite me to the studio? I think that's a good idea, to be honest.
Yeah, sure. What are you doing on Saturday?
Nothing.
Okay, fine. Well, Saturday evening, 10 o'clock?
Yeah, why not?
All right, Mo, come to Talk Radio Saturday evening, 10 o'clock. That should be fun. Let's go to Alan Caddick.
I know what you mean.
No, I don't. That was last week, and I kind of feel we've done that. We're back to...
Sam's keeps calling me I know.
Who does?
Sam.
Well, Sam is a young man who's experimenting, and I say good luck to him. Hey, have you seen the film, The Dewey Cox Story, Walk the Line? Have you seen that? Have you seen that, Alan?
I've seen the Johnny Cash version.
It's a spoof of that. It's not great. It's got John C. Reilly in it, who I like a lot. I thought Steve Brule, he's in Step Brothers. I think he's funny, and I watched it. It's not a great film, but there are some funny bits in it. There's a very funny scene with the Beatles in it. I'm Paul McCartney. I'm the leader of the Beatles. I'm George Harrison, the lead guitarist. I just want to get more songs on the albums.
And John Lennon.
It's funny. That bit was funny. The rest of it, it was touch and go.
Is it on Netflix?
Probably. So it's out there. Hey, I watched a good film this weekend.
Oh, what's that?
It's called American Animals. American Friends, American Animals.
Tell me more.
Well, I'm going to, right? No spoilers here, guys, because that's not what we do here. But it's a true story about these students that wanted to steal these really rare books worth millions of dollars. Yeah. And it's great because it's half documentary, half movie. And the way they cut between the two... This isn't really a spoiler. It's a stylistic spoiler. But there's one bit where the guy playing one of the guys is in the car and the real guy gets in and the actor says, "Is this how you remember it?" And the other one, the real guy goes, "Not really, but if Steve says it was like this, I'm happy to go along with that." And it's just beautiful, really beautiful. Yeah. Oh, it's a lovely stylised piece. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, sounds promising.
And today, I got to spend 20 minutes in the company of the director of the Mr. Rogers movie. We talked, we laughed, and we cried, and we hugged.
Are you gonna
and we kissed, and we touched, and we touched. No, mate, I just spent 20 minutes with him and didn't record it to broadcast on Wednesday night show, you muppet.
No.
Yeah, rat fans.
I've got, you're talking about contradictory songs.
What kind of songs?
About
Contradictory. Okay, yeah.
I can remember a third one.
Go on then.
Robert Palmer, he makes my day.
Who what?
Robert Palmer.
Yes.
He makes my day.
Well, what does that contradict?
I mean, how can you make someone's day?
No.
Oh, Alan, have you never had someone make your day?
No, not
Have you ever had anyone make your breakfast?
I'd make my own breakfast.
Have you ever had anyone make your lunch?
I do my own lunch.
Have you ever had anyone make you a sandwich?
I do my own sandwich.
No one's ever made you a sandwich?
No one.
Even when you were a baby?
No, I had to do all that myself.
Wow, you've had it hard. I was stealing your act there as well. When you say something stupid. Go on. And I'll show you the bit of your act I've pinched. Okay.
Teeth are made out of hair.
Oh. That's what you do. You go, oh. Yeah, Kath, this weekend we had a... What were we talking about? I've got it written down here.
Teeth.
Talking about teeth. And she went...
And you said something about your teeth being made out of hair.
Oh, I was joking that my teeth are made out of hair. And you went, well, yeah, they are, aren't they? I went, what?
Well, it kind of is.
You went, their teeth are made out of hair. I said, no, they're not. She said, well, rhinoceros horn is made out of hair. Yeah. I said, yeah, it may be. It's like compacted hair. But teeth is not rhinoceros horn. You don't
Teeth is not rhinoceros horn.
You do not get Chinese men who are unable to achieve erections going around stealing teeth from people and grinding it down and rubbing it on their penis or whatever they do, snorting it up their bunghole, whatever it is they do. Because your tooth is not made of hair. You genuinely thought teeth was made of hair?
I thought it was made out of the same stuff as your fingernails and a...
Well, it's... Well, it's not.
Well, that would be wrong, wouldn't it?
It's not.
You'd be having to cut them.
Teeth is not bone, but it's close to bone.
Right. Well, isn't a rhino horn close to bone?
No. Depends. Depends who's riding the rhino.
What about tusks?
It's a great album.
What about tusks, though? Elephants' tusks. Are they teeth or are they horns?
Listen, they're ivory. That's you. They're ivory.
So are my teeth ivory then?
Oh, for God's sake! It's like doing a show with a corpse, a rotting corpse. We'll speak to Nigel after this.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
I don't think he knows that.
Okay, well, you got that.
Oh, dear.
0344 499 1000, the Late Night Alternative. I'm Iain Lee. I stole some strawberries and I'm a celebrity. Catherine Boyle is here.
Yes.
Not done much of note so far, but she's got another 25, 30 years to go. I've got my fingers crossed for you. She was scratching. But I won't say what. You can call in about anything you want.
My beard.
03. So a very big day for me today.
Oh, tell us why.
I'll tell you why. Because I used a new barber. It's always a big deal for a gentleman going to a new barber. 6 barbers in the tiny high street where I live. 6. And I went to one. I picked one that had been recommended to me on a Facebook page. And I got all the gossip on why there are 6 barbers. It involves drug dealing. Potential drug dealing. It involves marital infidelity, betrayal, backstabbing.
But most of all, it involves gossip.
Oh, it was great. I picked totally the right hairdresser and to get my hair cut and to ask why there are 6 hairdressers in the street. But she was great. Kathy was great. Cut my hair. And here's the thing, right? And it's a decent haircut, right? Here's the thing. First time I've had a haircut and not had my beard trimmed. I'm going bushy beard. I'm going Bellamy. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't care what nobody says. Have you ever grown a beard, Nigel?
No, I've grown a moustache.
I bet you'd look. I've just drawn on my arm. I bet you'd look sexy in a moustache.
Yeah, I did look okay. Yes,
like a distinguished porn star or a police officer, or a police officer that moonlighted as a porn star.
Much. I didn't have it on for long.
No, you got to let it grow. Let it grow, let it grow. Can't hold it.
I'll tell you what I have done yesterday. I'm sorry to say, but I feel awful about Mum dying.
Well, dude.
Today's been a bad day, and last night I kept waking up, and so I really don't know what to do about it. No one's come to see me about the bereavement, to talk to me at home. I've had no counselling, you know.
Do you not have to? Can you not speak to your doctor to put you in the direction of that? I think you have to.
They put a note through to the doctor, but you have to keep on and on to them these days.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You do.
You do.
Otherwise, they just don't get back to you.
You do, exactly. Got to.
I met this girl today in a shop, and she said that I've got to keep on to them.
You've got to keep badgering them.
I coloured my hair last night. I coloured my hair dark blonde.
Golly gosh! I was not. I was not
natural.
I'll just be quiet. Turn our mics off, or just let Nigel do his bit. Go.
It looks natural. I coloured it dark. What's that, blonde? You know. So you can answer me, Ian. It's okay. So.
No.
That I thought it would look terrible, but it doesn't. It's my natural colour when I was younger anyway. So there we go. I got my natural colour back for £3.50. So, yeah. What do you think about that, Ian? Ian? What do you think about that? Do you think it's good that I've done it? I'll sing you a song in a minute.
Okay.
Ian?
Hello?
Yeah, Ian?
Hello?
Hello, Ian?
Hello?
I'm here.
Is Vic there?
No, Vic's not here.
Do you remember that song?
No.
It's a good song, that. The guy next door to us was called Vic.
About the band that you was on about trying to find a band for me.
Is Vic there? Do you remember that song, Kath?
No.
It's a good song.
I've never heard of it.
My sister's called Vic.
Is Vic there?
I only think Vic when I get a cold.
Oh.
That's a good song. I have Vic when I get cold.
Hang on, there we go. This is the song. Listen to this. This is the kind of music you should be doing, Nigel. I think. Goes. singing in it. I'm sure they say is Victor.
There's not much singing in it, is
I
there?
think there is some in a minute. Hang on.
The night is young, the mood is mellow, and there's music in my ears. Say, it's Victor.
It's Victor. That's a bit rubbish.
Who is singing that?
It's a pop group called Department S.
It sounds like that singer that was in that one that was in lots of in a group.
Phil Collins.
Quite old now.
It sounds like
Depeche Mode. I think
Depeche Mode. It sounds like I thought it sounded more like Joy Division, but yeah, Depeche Mode.
Yeah. That type of singing.
That type of
the
singing.
punk rock.
The
era.
punk rock bands of the 1970s.
It's got the punk rock beat, hasn't it?
The punk rock bands of the 90s. Oh, what was the? Do you remember? Hang on a minute. Let's, do you remember? This is a great song.
Depeche Mode.
No. Do you remember this? You'll know this one, Catherine. This is a great song. Do you remember this?
No, I've never heard that before.
Here we go.
You know,
I remember punk rock like it was only yesterday.
Oh, Mr. Buzzcock on my shoulder, singing in that extra special way. Yes, I remember punk rock, and I recall all those melodies. By the Clash, the adverts, Wire Eater, not to mention ATV.
sounds like Peter Stringfellows singing.
It does actually, yeah, it does.
Yes, I'm going to his club sometime in the week.
What?
Yeah, I've got the money saved. I'm gonna.
No touching.
I'm going to have a look at those dancing girls.
You know, well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
They come around the tables.
No, they don't. They dance on the tables. Here's the thing.
Oh.
That was quick. That was quick.
Yeah, but they get celebrities
Kath hasn't got it
there.
yet.
They
Kath's
get
got it.
celebrities. You can meet Kylie Minogue there because someone told me.
Well, here's the thing, though, Nigel. Here's the thing. You can get more bang for your buck if you go to a local lap dancing club. You're Stringfellows. I've been to Stringfellows years ago. When they're free because I was a celebrity.
It's quiet. Is it quiet in there?
No, it's noisy and it is expensive. Whereas if you go to if you want to see naked, women taking their clothes off and dancing around in thongs,
I don't really. No.
Well, then don't go. Save your money.
No, I was just going there hoping to meet a celebrity.
No.
They told me that they get lots of celebrities come in.
No, you can't really guarantee it.
You might go there and pay all that money and not see one.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wanted to do a song for Mum.
Go on then.
Because I feel depressed, and this will help me feel a bit better if I could do a song. The one I normally do, I Miss You, that one.
Here's the thing, right? This is my job, mine and Kath's job, right?
Yeah.
Is very loosely is to make the most entertaining show.
A lot of people might not have heard this one.
Yes, they will. We aim to make the most entertaining, surprising, different show. And boy, oh boy, after 11, is it going to get different? Are we talking to the sex person?
Yeah.
After that.
After that, a different one another night.
I think a different one tonight.
Well, I haven't got one ready.
Well,
I've got this one ready at the moment.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid, Nigel, I don't want to appear cold.
Well, you can come back to me after the next caller then.
Okay, you can get one ready.
Can I do Kerry Fergus? That one?
No, God, no! I hate that one.
Dream a Dream is a.
I want an upbeat song. An upbeat song.
I haven't got any pop ones.
Well, that's what we want. Because it's Monday night, it's 20 to 11, we
can't... I
can't...
haven't had time to look at anything.
You've had your whole life.
What about that band you was trying to find?
Department S?
No, the band you said you'd try and find me a band to drum in. Have you any luck with it
I've not
yet?
had a chance to look, no.
Oh, it's going to take time, is it?
Well, first of all, I've got to remember, and I've got to do, when I've got nothing else to do in my life, then I will have a little Google and see what I can find.
But was you serious about it, though?
Well, I was serious about Googling it and seeing if I could find something in your area, yeah.
Yeah, oh, you wasn't joking, because people on Facebook said you was having me on.
Well, people on Facebook are arseholes.
Yeah, so
whereas I'm a good guy. I will have a look. I didn't look this weekend, if I'm honest, I forgot. But I will have a look at some point. Don't get too excited, because I'm busy. And I'll see if there's a band nearby that would be willing to take on someone with your skills to play the old Drummingtons.
The reason I wanted to do that song was because it's quieter than all the pop songs.
No, I know, but we've heard it. No, we've heard it so much. Well, I know we've heard it so much, and I don't want to sound mean.
Well, I'll try and find something better.
Okay. All right.
And call you back.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Nigel. Bye. 03444991000. This is Talk Radio.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Well, Catherine has just shown me her camel toe.
I have not.
What you got? What are you displaying?
There's this thing in the where is it? In the Sun online that eBay and Amazon have started selling knickers with a built-in camel toe.
Wow.
I mean, for most women, that's the look you try to avoid, but apparently it's big in Asia.
No. Here's the thing. Apparently, camel toes are big down under. Come on, guys. Huh? And so
it's padded with silicone in the front to create the illusion of...
As you said, it makes it look like you've got a...
big fat one.
Yeah, it really does. Why
would you want that?
I get embarrassed by camel toe.
So do I.
It's,
I've changed outfits before when I thought they might be a Hinder one.
Do you remember what Carol Vorderman once appeared on a BBC Saturday evening quiz wearing green trousers, I think they were. It's like the Britain's quiz of the nation or something. And you could see virtually inside of her.
Oh, God.
It was. I mean, it's a silly thing, but I feel sorry for camels. Surely we must have reached a stage where we don't need to fanny shame camels, haven't we? 0344 499 1000. Who have we got at 11 o'clock?
We've got.
And why have we got them?
Well, I mean, okay. Here's the thing.
There we go.
When I was looking through the papers earlier on.
Yes.
I noticed that there was a sex doll rental business.
Oh.
Rental.
Well, I'm single.
In Birmingham. In the Birmingham area.
Yeah.
But they had had a run recently of women wanting dolls that looked like their dead husbands.
So hang on, what do the male sex dolls do? You sit on them?
I guess.
And they look like dead husbands?
Well, they look like the husbands when they were alive, I would imagine.
Okay.
So, it's widows.
Yeah, they are very weird, yeah.
No, widows.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misheard you. And they're coming on at 11.
Yeah.
I've not got issues with a sex doll. Sex doll is basically a very, very posh wink.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
In my days, you used to either put a condom on or wear a glove. That was how you went posh. Nowadays, you've got a sex doll. Fine.
I just think the storage, apart from anything else, is going to be problematic.
Yeah, well, okay. Let's go to Simon. Good evening, Simon.
Good evening. How are we?
I'm good, thank you, Simon. What have you got?
Oh, got lots and lots and lots for you tonight, but I'll keep it brief. Will somebody please just give Nigel a break and make him famous?
Because that's how show business works.
I've never known anyone so focused.
Focused, you say? Gosh, that's not how I describe the N from the M, but okay.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I get a load of celebrities in my cab.
Yeah.
And he's welcome to pay me a huge entrance fee sitting here.
What?
And I'll take my top off if that's what he wants.
I'm very confused as to what... First of all, you want him to be famous. Now you want to strip for him. This has turned into a very peculiar...
Well, save him going to Stringfellows. Anyway, that's by the by. That's
by the by.
So, I did have a little watch of you last night and your broadcast, which was quite good.
Oh, I did a couple of little broadcasts. One was for my record label, and the other one was I did like a little spontaneous TV show on my YouTube channel. I'm thinking of doing one. I can't do it this Sunday because I've got the kids. But I'm thinking of doing a little live phone-in show Sunday nights around about 9 or 10 o'clock, something like that, just from my computer. Got the green screen. I'm going to set the green screen up so I can be in exotic locations and people can Skype in. I can bully someone who claims to have worked with us, by the way, and it can get a little bit weird. There was a guy who was just being weird, and I ordered him to phone up, and he did. And he said that he'd worked with us. He'd been in the building one New Year's Eve that we'd been stuck in here and couldn't escape. And he worked for Talk Sport sometimes and worked with Mike Mendozoff and people like that. But he's been a bit weird. Anyway, so I'm thinking if youtube.com/Iain Lee, bishy bashy boshy, I'm thinking I can't do it this Sunday because I've got the boys, but I'm thinking of maybe Sunday nights doing 9 o'clock, doing a little show. I had a couple of hundred people watching at one point. That was good. That was great.
But I really envy you, actually, in that respect, because obviously you're making the most of your new home.
Yep.
And you're turning it into the castle of Iain Lee.
Yeah, Castle of Iain Lee, great theme park.
And the reason I envy you is because I'm in a situation where the home I have and the place where I live is not a pleasant experience for me. In fact, it's so bad that I only go there to sleep, really. The thought of spending any time there...
Hey, listen, man, that was me for 2 years, living in a place I hated.
I can relate, I can relate, because I'm hoping that I might have found somewhere to go to now. Which,
yes, man.
And I've got all these plans going in my mind of what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put this there, and that's going to go there, and So I definitely get where you've been on that journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
It's horrible.
It's horrendous. For 2 years, I lived in this room. It was a flat that it was with a little kitchenette and a shower and a toilet, and that was it. And I existed. I didn't buy a TV for 6 months because I didn't think I deserved one. The only people that came round to that flat were the workmen who would just wander in when I was asleep. Catherine and the coppers who thought I'd topped myself once. That was it. That was the only people that came round in 2 years. Because I didn't want I had friends offer to come round, but I didn't want them to see it. I certainly didn't want my kids to see it. And then get in this house, and things are a little bit weird financially at the moment. It's not a great time in that respect. But I've got this amazing house, and more to the point, it could be tiny. It's not. It's quite big because I moved quite a distance away. But it could be tiny. But it's mine. I've got my things in there, and I'm not just in one room. I can go from one room to another room.
It's your home.
It makes a difference.
And you can decide what part of that home you want to put that item, like your little studio last night. I mean, wow. And I dig it. I really, really dig it. And I really do feel pleased for you that you've got there, because I'm bloody going to get there, I tell you. And if it means I've got to go through this to get there, then I will see it out, you know?
Do it.
So the other thing, before I go, Willy Bum Bum.
OK, thanks very much for your call. Let's go to Dion. Good evening, Dion. What bullshit have you got for us tonight?
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Dion.
Right, that's better. No, it's got a bit of a jump there. You were talking about homes, some people feel comfortable and some don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've lived here for 20 years. It's a large 2-bedroom flat.
Yeah.
So I brought my son up here on my own. And, I will never leave here, regardless.
OK. Why will you never leave there?
Because I've got some really good, happy memories here.
Well, but here's the thing: the happy memories are within your soul. They're not.
Yeah, I know that.
They're not bricks and mortar. They're within your brain and your heart.
But it's the longest I've ever lived anywhere as well.
Okay.
But it feels like it's a really lovely comfort zone.
Well, that's what home should be. That's what home is meant to be.
No, but the other man was saying he doesn't like where he lives.
No, well, I didn't like where I lived for 2 years. That's.
No, but you've got a place now, and you probably think like I do. Hopefully, in 20 years.
I don't think like you do.
No, I mean in 20 years' time, you feel this is lovely.
Here's the thing. This is the house. I can quite happily see me dying in this house. Not Catherine. Not now, you idiot. I'm talking about years. I can see me getting old there, right? But then, who knows what's around the corner? Who knows? I might might lose all my money. That's possible. I might marry Meghan Markle when she divorces the Prince Harry, and I might bring up their illegitimate child, their love child. I might bring him or her up. I might fall in love with him or her in 18 years' time. You just don't know. You just don't know, do you?
What's round the corner?
No, you don't.
Yeah. Could be worse, mate. You might end up with Eugenie.
I think she's really beautiful, actually. I think she's unconventional in her looks, but I think she's beautiful and she's got amazing eyes.
Yeah, I just saw her when I went in the newsagents. She was on the front of the paper.
Catherine has perked up. Kath,
you went in the newsagents?
No, I just saw the picture of her on the front page. I never watched the wedding or anything.
Huh.
No, it's not that important, even though it was only down the road from me. I'm only 4 miles away from Windsor. But, no.
Do it. Kath.
All right, then.
Dion, you told me you hadn't left the house for 13 years.
I never said that. I said I'm agoraphobic.
You said exactly that.
I didn't. I said I got it 13 years ago. I was diagnosed 13 years ago.
Just to back Kath up on this, I was listening to this at home while playing the new Spider-Man game on the PlayStation 4, and you did say you hadn't left the house for 13 years.
No, I didn't, because I couldn't rewind it. I said I was diagnosed with it in 2003.
We talked about little ways where you could, like, get out and just go to the bottom of the garden. He said, oh, well, maybe I'll try and think about it. That's what happened.
No, I said, what I do, I've got a communal garden. I live in a flat. Sometimes I go down and sit on the wall.
Oh, you told me that was too much of a stretch.
No, I didn't.
Oh, are you gaslighting me, Dion?
No, not at all. I told you what I do. And I will go as far as the shop.
May I interrupt? I think you genuinely believe that that's not what you said to Catherine. I know that that's exactly what you said, Dion, because I was listening to it. And me and Catherine had a conversation about it afterwards on a different day. So I know that's exactly what you said.
I said to Catherine...
hang on, let me finish. No, don't tell me what you said that night, because I know what you said, and Kath knows what you said. And so,
I'm going to pick it up as well.
Well, OK, but we know what you said, right? We know what you actually said. And here's the thing. I'm starting to think that you genuinely believe whatever it is you are saying on the phone that time, even if, as it often does, it contradicts your previous calls.
Well, I'm going to replay
Please do.
That talk. I'm going to.
Please do.
And then exactly what I said.
No, you don't know, and I'm not doing this to have a go, Dion. I'm confused.
No, you're not.
I care about you, man. I'm confused and I'm concerned as to why. Because the cynic might call it lying. I think it feels to me more like confusion. But you constantly contradict yourself and tell us one thing. You did tell me. I remember this because I wouldn't forget this. You did tell me that you'd done a mission in China and you killed a man in China. And and the other day you said you'd never been to China.
No, and you mentioned Hungary.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned Hungary.
No, I've never been to Hungary.
Okay,
you did mention Hungary.
Okay, fine. But here's the thing. You wouldn't even need to be a cynic. It would be quite easy for some people to accuse you of lying. I'm being more generous. Well, they can. I'm really just trying to get in there and work out why you're telling us untruths.
Well, I'm not.
You are. You're contradicting yourself.
That clip was about 2 weeks ago when I phoned Kathy. It was on a Friday.
Dion, I tell you what, you do that. We'll find it our end, and then when you phone back in later in the week, we'll play you the whole thing, and we'll see. And if we're wrong, we'll apologise.
I'll sell you a file on an email.
No need to. Absolutely no need to, because we've got it on our system here. I tell you what, why don't you call in tomorrow? We'll have that call all ready to go tomorrow, and we're not doing it to embarrass you or to shame you.
You don't have to.
It's not our intention. Our intention is to hopefully hold a mirror up to you, so you can see how you can see how your behaviour is confusing to us. How about that?
Okay, I'll tell you what then. I will dig that, because I know it was a couple of weeks ago on a Friday, because you weren't there and Kathy took over.
Yep.
So I'll go back on.
Have a listen.
I'll have a look it up online, and I'll go back to them,
and we'll listen to it before tomorrow night's show, shall we, Kath?
I think I put it on the podcast, so I can find it easy.
Okay, fine. Well, for tomorrow, all right? Okay, all
no
right.
Problem.
Nice
Cheers,
one, Thank you.
Night.
Thank you. Talk to you about tomorrow. We've got a guy coming on who's written 2 brilliant biographies about George Martin. First one goes up to about 1966, I think, and the rest is 67 till he passed. He's coming in tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Drusy, good evening, Drusy.
Hello, Ian. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. What you got for us?
I'd like to introduce a debate on breastfeeding, if that's okay.
Okay.
I'm pro breastfeeding, but not all cafes and restaurants are breastfeeding friendly, you see. Now, this is on the back of an experience I had last week. I was in a cafe, and I saw a cute baby crying in the arms of its mother. And I said, oh, poor thing, your baby must be hungry. And she said, I forgot to bring his bottle. So I said, you must emancipate the bosom and bestow upon your offspring the mother's milk he requires.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the problem I have with that sentence.
Sorry?
I have a problem with that sentence. May I share it?
Yes, that's fine.
The word must.
Right, okay.
One must never tell a mother that she has to emancipate her breast. That's the only issue I've got with that.
But maybe she should have disembarked the melon and dispatched the active nature that God intended, is what I was trying to say. But anyway, she said to me, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And I said, why don't you lob the noisy brat onto one of your flesh balloons?
Okay.
And tell him to suck,
Yeah. Tell him to, yes.
There was a good supply there.
Yeah, well, plenty. Well, one would imagine so. She was a well-developed young lady, was she?
Yeah, but she told me.
Catherine, where is the milk? Is it in like a little valve in the stomach, or is it all? Where does it live?
In the tit.
Whoa! Hey, no need for that language.
I thought that's what we were playing.
Tasteful about breastfeeding in public these days.
Sorry?
Attitudes have changed. I think
you're telling. Hang on. Are you mansplaining breastfeeding to me?
No, just generally. I think women should unleash the grapefruit.
Yeah, we get it.
And hook a snapper onto one of their light switches.
Yeah.
So were you hungry? Did you have anything to eat or drink?
I'm just a chips man.
Just chips? Is that a euphemism?
No, just chips.
Thanks very much indeed. That's Drewsy, 03444991000. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
So that everyone in the world can sing along. Mr. Painter, do us a picture with your brush. Make it easy on the eyes so the children of the world can live in peace. Sit down. Oh, Mr. Weaver, weave me a tapestry with your golden twine. Make it thick and woolly, baby, so the lovers all over the world can rest easy.
The Late Night Alternative, Iain Lee, Catherine Boyle, 0344 499 1000. It might get a little bit rude. It's not been that rude so far for us. It's been pretty much above the waist, hasn't it?
Yes.
Normally it gets a little bit filthy. I mean, that's what's going to happen now. You know, this is the show where we don't talk about, necessarily, the big issues of the day. Brexit! Look at man alive. How everything today was Brexit! Trump, terrorism. Oh, man, it's so boring. We try and do, the stuff that you may have missed or silly stuff or, just different stuff. And you can call in about anything. 0344 499 1000. We're going to speak to Jade Stanley now. Who is Jade Stanley, Catherine?
Jade Stanley is the owner of the Sex Doll Official Shop, right?
Okay.
And it's a rental service for sex dolls.
Now, we have... On this show, we have kind of a fascination with these sex dolls.
Yeah, because, I think it says something about our changing attitudes to sex and something is... The Daily Star...
Something's coming.
I was going to say that.
Something's
coming.
The
Daily Star has got a particular thing about them. I don't know whether they've got, shares in a sex robot factory or something and they're about to unleash, a whole army of fembots on us.
Wow.
But the Star are really looking forward to it. And so I was looking through the Daily Star online and I saw another story, but I just thought it was really interesting. One, because this is a business run by two women.
Right, OK.
And also because this story here, and I don't know, Jade's on the phone now, so...
well, let's get Jade. Hello, Jade.
Yeah, hi.
Hiya,
Now,
Jade.
first of all, Jade, what's the difference between, maybe there is none, maybe there is a huge one, between a sex doll and a sex bot?
Okay, well, a sex bot is something that would have AI in it, so artificial intelligence, which is a little bit strange because obviously they're able to interact with you. They can talk. They can show signs of enjoyment. It's just a little bit more obviously computer-like. This isn't what I do.
Okay, we've interviewed a sex bot.
Yeah, she was an interesting interviewee, wasn't she?
Yeah, we interviewed one. You had to hold her hand to get her warmed up. Okay, so you work with sex dolls.
I do, yeah.
So how did you get into this business? Because we tend to think that it's that people working with the sex dolls are kind of like dirty old men. Seedy. There's something it feels a little bit seedy.
Do you remember what the old-fashioned sex shops used to be like? There'd be blacked-out windows, and there'd be, your dirty Mac man in the far back of it, selling all kinds of things under the counter.
I'm looking at a picture of you touching up one of these sex dolls, and I mean, you're cleaning it. You're a very glamorous young lady.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How did you get involved in this?
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I am. I'm very much a middle-class mom of four. I run a chain of sunbed shops. I own a chain of sunbed shops. So I've got a little bit of a business mind about myself.
Yeah.
And I just stumbled across an article because obviously this subject has been very, very en vogue. It has for some time.
Yeah.
And I just kind of picked a gap, I suppose.
Oh.
I picked a gap.
Yep.
And I thought, great, I know what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to have a go. I'm the first company, the only company worldwide to offer the rental service. I am the only person who is offering the customisation on the level at which I do it.
Now, okay, let's go a couple of things, because I'm seeing a picture. I'm looking at an article from The Sun now online, and those poor headless dolls just hung there from a rack. Those poor ladies. Okay, so the rental side. When you say rental, because we've heard about sex doll brothels before. I think there was one in Glasgow and there was one in Italy. Your rental, do you provide a room that they go and have a bunk up in, or do they take them home with them?
No, not at all. So this is very, very commercial what I do. This is why I am removing the stereotype that you mentioned.
Yeah.
At the beginning. Basically, what I do is you go online. It's complete. You do it in the comfort of your own home, wherever you are. You pick your doll that you want to spend time with. You fill out the form online. You complete your transaction online. And then what happens is I then deliver, not me personally, I have a two-man white glove courier service that will very, very discreetly deliver. It's not
Yodel, is it? They don't just chuck it over the fence if you're not in.
Definitely not Yodel. Oh, my God, can you imagine?
Yeah.
That would be horrific. And I think it'd be a little bit hard to throw them as well, because they weigh they're about 50 kilos.
While you're talking, Jane, what's your website? Because I'm going to have a little look while we're having a chat.
Yeah, it's www.sexdollofficial.com.
All right, go on. Carry on. I'm having a little look.
And then you use the doll for a week, and then my two-man delivery team come back out, pick it back up again, and bring it back to a warehouse facility that I've got, where they are sanitised. With special antibacterial agents, and they have removable parts.
Right
now, okay, this is the thing, because someone's already tweeted, wouldn't you be worried that they hadn't been properly cleaned? But you do all that.
Yeah.
Is it, because one of the sex dolls that we had on before, you could remove the vagina and put it in the dishwasher.
I would never do that.
Okay, good. That doesn't sound hygienic. Okay.
I would actually say that my dolls are cleaner than the average girl currently. They are completely. They're so hygienic with what occurs.
Ivanka.
Yes.
I'm looking at Ivanka.
Yeah, she's lovely, isn't she?
She's great. She's great. Francesca's more. Oh, actually, Sienna's kind of hot.
Sienna. Yeah, Sienna's a firm favourite.
Sienna's a little bit more subtle. Ivanka's, okay. But it's. I'm trying to work out £345 per week. That feels
for a week. That's not bad, is it?
I don't know. It feels pricey to me for for what you're going to do.
But the service you're getting of having it discreetly brought to you, and also because we were talking about it earlier on, saying people that buy these things and they cost thousands of pounds.
They do, don't they?
I do wonder about how they store them discreetly.
They cost,
because I have trouble putting my ironing board under the stairs sometimes. Can you imagine that falling out?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't. I mean, look, you wouldn't. You are right. You're exactly right. You couldn't necessarily stick it, stick it at the corner, I suppose. Well, you could.
You're not allowed to do that.
If you posed her. But the reason they hang on the hooks, you see, within my office is it's just about how you have to have them so that they don't get stuck together and everything. It's just about preserving them, that's all.
Right, this is the angle I was really interested in, and I don't know whether the Daily Star are playing this up because it is so different, but it suggests that women now are coming to you for dolls, and they're sort of trying to customise dolls that look like their husband. Is that right?
Well, it's the Daily Star.
Yeah, so I thought it might be a stretch, but I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, it is something that I have had inquiries about. It's nothing that's unusual. I don't think that people, women would want to use this as opposed to just be directed at the male market. Mm-hmm. I think that's one of the great things about my company with what I do is that I can provide a doll in any likeness, anything that you want.
So how do you do that, Jade? Have you got how many heads have you got, or do you get the head specifically made up?
Yeah, it's completely bespoke.
Wow.
So for instance, my rental dolls are my rental dolls. They are there.
They're set. They're your girls. They're your regular earners. They're there.
Yeah.
But you're saying you can go more specific for specific requests.
I mean, you can buy the rental dolls as well. I have them for sale. They're like the off-the-shelf. But then I have the absolute, the best ones, which are the ones that you customise yourself, and they have all the added extras on. So you can choose eye colour, nail colour, hair colour.
Wow.
Choose if they've got tattoos, moles, scars. You name it, we can do it. So I could have a Kim Kardashian doll made for you, or, you think of somebody else who's very famous. Anybody that you want, I can have made, and they're all hand crafted, hand painted. There's so much work that goes into them, the intricacy of it. You see, it is not like the old-fashioned. You actually mentioned this earlier, Catherine, about the way that the stereotype is of the dirty shop.
Yeah.
So you not go to. This isn't a doll that's got a big red open mouth. This is something that's quite
remember
serious.
the old inflatable blow up.
I mean, you'd have
dolls.
to be really desperate to do one of them, wouldn't you?
No one ever do one. No one ever used those for sex, did they? The blow up dolls. They were always just for
stag and hen
weekends.
parties.
That's all they were for.
Hen parties, head party fodder. That's exactly
why are you selling a bondage mask? Is that? I'm looking at the accessories on your site. Is that for the doll? I suppose it could be.
Yeah, they are. It's literally just exactly that. It's just I'm a businesswoman. I'm just offering something else. That's all. There is nothing else to it other than that.
People are feeling horny. They're renting a doll. They think, we might as well get some leather goods as well.
I'm just trying to corner every angle with it.
How long you been doing this for, and how's it going?
It's going really well. So I've only been doing it for a couple of months. Right. It's been in process now, though, for about 18 months. So it took some time to get here. But I wanted to make sure everything was absolutely A-OK. Plus, I've got 4 young children, so, life is pretty busy for me.
Yeah.
But, it's been really, really good. Really good. The market is so ripe. Excuse a bit of a pun, but yeah.
If this is inappropriate, tell me to jog on. I notice you have a wedding ring on in the pictures. I'm assuming from that you're married. Do any of these girls, or I know you've got a gentleman called Jesse. Do any of these ever go home and get road tested?
No, they definitely do not.
Okay. Your husband doesn't have a set of keys. Sometimes at the weekend he disappears for a couple of hours at a time.
No. Everything's absolutely A-OK there.
Good.
Thank you very much.
Good. And
we have 4 children.
I was going to say, she's got 4 children. I think we know what the score is there.
What a rest after that. And who are the kind of people that do it? It's interesting you say that you can order online and it's delivered discreetly, because we have a lot of embarrassment around sex. And a lot of shame around sex, and
we do, yeah.
And listen, I've been into to sex shops and things, and I haven't done it for a while, but I get embarrassed going in. I feel ashamed going in, and when you come out, I remember once coming out of a sex shop and I bumped into Zoe Wanamaker. I was mortified. Is this for kind of men and women who are perhaps more shy and perhaps don't have what it takes to go into a sex shop?
I think that anything on the internet these days would allow for you to be able to expand on any kind of fantasy. That is it's the faceless purchasing. So yes, absolutely. I think a lot of people are nervous maybe around this subject, but people are becoming far more experimental. And I think with things like sex dolls being on the market and the fact, you've got Ann Summers, Love Honey, all of those, massive companies that are supplying sex toys, sex aid, very prevalent now in our society. I think that is also helping to dispel any of that.
I think it can only. We kind of snigger about it on here, and we have had different people on. I'm sure we'll have more different people on, but I think it can only be a good thing that people are talking about men and women, what turns them on. That's got to be a healthy thing to do, and they're prepared to kind of try stuff. And maybe some of these people that are doing it are lonely. That's great. And maybe they're couples that want to kind of, experiment a little bit. There's no harm in that. It sounds like good, clean fun.
No harm at all. And, don't forget you've also got potentially the socially awkward people.
Yeah.
Who would not feel comfortable, going out and meeting women. Everybody has their needs, their desires, their wants. There is nothing wrong with this. There's nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever. And I think the fact that I'm doing it, I'm hoping, will help break a lot of those taboos. That's the idea.
Jade, it's so nice to talk to you. Sexdollofficial.com is the website if you want to go and have a little look. Hey, listen, you've got our contact details. Stay in touch if anything happens with the business or are there any developments in the sex doll world, then let us know, Jade, and we'll get you back on.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been lovely talking to you both.
Nice talking to you. Thanks a lot. Ta-ta. What a nice lady.
Yeah.
What a very nice lady. It says on the website, pre-booked doll rental will require a deposit. Well, that's surely the whole point of it.
For heaven's sake.
03444. I think it's fascinating, right? And basically, we joke about fleshlights a lot on here. For those who don't know, fleshlight is a sex toy from a man that is kind of a tube that is supposed to replicate the feeling of a vagina. You can make them out of Pringles and marigolds. This is
That's
true.
Not even it's not even a joke.
That's true. There's a YouTube video, but and
take the Pringles out first.
And listen, we all masturbate. We all masturbate, right? So the for a man, the fleshlight is the next step up. You're still doing that. And then the next step up from that is a sex doll. I mean, my friend Iain Morris always used to have a joke that you'd dress up in an outrageous outfit just to knock one off, and you'd be all turned on, and you do it, and as soon as you'd orgasm, you go, "Oh no, what have I done?
Yeah.
I'm dressed up like an idiot." And I would imagine feel the same thing when I'm with one of these dolls. "Oh no, what have I done? I hate you, doll." But I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem having sex with a doll if push came to shove, is what I'm saying. Or shove came to push. I don't know. I tell you what, let's get one.
No.
You film me.
God, no.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000. Can we rack up like 3 or 4 callers? Because I'm going to have to leave the studio in a minute because I've got. If you two had paid attention, you'd know what was going on. We just do. I'm from Manchester. Say something, Kath. Say something. I want to get your voice. I want to do your silly voice. Go on. Just say something. Just say anything. So we have a breakfast.
What are you on about?
What are you on about? What are you on about? I said, well, listen, I'll just come in and do the effing show, you effing D.
Wow.
You're a massive C. What is this? I'll just come in and do the show. Well, Catherine, if you'd paid attention to anything I'd said last week, you'd know.
Yeah, you've got your keyboard then.
Yes, man! Yeah! £2,500. That's what I spent on a keyboard. It's more than that. It's a synthesizer. I can sample your voice and make you sound like a crazy guy. It's in the car. It's going to take up this. I'm going to go and get it in a minute. So can we... But we haven't got any phone calls, and I would like 3 or 4 phone calls that Kath can chat to.
Oh, I'm not chatting to them.
Well, no, you've got to do the show while I go and get them.
No.
Why? No, you have to. I'm going to go...
my contract to do that.
No, it is. You're my fill-in. It is actually written in your contract.
But, am I going to get paid what I get paid for doing it properly? No, so...
Okay, well, fine. There'll be dead air then. So that's absolutely fine. I'm fine by that. But if you want to phone in, do. But if you don't want to phone in, don't.
They're fine. Let's have some thinking time while he goes and gets his keyboard.
There'll just be dead air, which Kath will get a rollicking for. Mother, 46, left paralysed after being catapulted from super king-size bed during sex.
I saw this.
It's on this story. She goes, oh, actually, it's quite horrific. With her partner, battles for £1 million compensation because the divan was 1.5 inches lower on one side. A mother of 4 who was left paralysed after falling from a super king-size bed during sex has launched a legal battle for £1 million compensation. I'm
Go on.
I'm wondering if surely beds aren't just for sleeping in. They're for sleeping. They're for screwing. They're for kissing. They're for reading. They're for doing your laptop. They're for loads of different
biscuits.
Things. Eating biscuits. The sex is almost, and we'll get to is almost unnecessary for the majority of this story. I'm imagining when we get to the actual point, it will be necessary, but it just feels it's titillation.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Because someone's found it funny.
Yeah. Claire Busby, 46, suffered catastrophic spinal injuries when she fell backwards from her recently delivered double divan in August 2013. Successful businesswoman Mrs. Busby from Maidenhead. What does Maidenhead mean?
Oh, you're Lala.
It's your hymen. It's your hymen. Said she was in bed naked with her partner when the bizarre tragedy unfolded. Mrs. Busby, who was left tetraplegic and appeared in court in a wheelchair, claims the bed was missing 2 vital glider feet when delivered, which created a 4-centimetre difference in the height from one side to the other. Mrs. Busby, who ran a chain of hairdressing and beauty salons, is suing Berkshire Bed Company, Beds R Us, claiming the bed was defective. The salon owner said she was performing a sexual act when she toppled over. I was positioned kneeling over him, she explained to Judge Barry Cottick. Imagine having to explain that in court. Imagine.
How embarrassing. She's tetraplegic.
Flipping.
It's not like she's twisted her ankle and she's trying to pull a fast
I don't know
one.
What's tetra mean?
3.
3. Okay, so 2 legs and an arm.
Yeah.
In court. That's a little bit Jeff, isn't it? I was kneeling over him. Can we act this out?
What?
Can we do that?
I'd rather we didn't.
Okay. Sam, I was kneeling... Sam, come in. We're going to act this out. Kath, if you can read this...
Sam, are you all right with this?
Yeah, Sam's fine with it. Come on. Right. If you can read it out, Catherine.
All right, hang on.
So I'm going to be... Do you want to be the man or the woman, Sam?
I don't really want to do anything, so I'll just...
You lie down.
All
right,
guy.
Good lad. All right, you lie down.
Right.
So we're... Okay.
Oh, I see.
A little bit windy, Sam. I do apologise.
I was kneeling over him.
Right, so I'm kneeling over him.
And my right hand was touching him.
Where?
No, please no.
Him.
So on the genitals.
And my left hand was touching his leg. I was halfway down the bed, so you need to scooch.
Well, let me try. Am I down by...
I think that's
so
what
I'm playing...
I think that's what
I'm okay. So I'm doing this. Then what happens?
Claimant said the missing gliders caused a slope from head to foot, which caused her to lose her balance as she changed position and she catapulted to the floor.
Oh, jeez! Oh!
Hang on. At the time, she was attempting to swing her legs towards the top of the bed.
Wait.
I span around, put my hand down, and then I felt as if I was catapulted off the back of the bed. So we're going...
So which way's which?
So,
see your legs go over
your
this
legs trying
way.
to come up to my head.
Right.
No, you're spinning round though.
Yeah, so from kneeling, you've got to swing your legs
all right,
up.
All right. Sam's a very impatient lover.
We're talking... sort of nerves.
Hang on. Oh, right. Okay, right. So I'm spinning round.
Oh, God.
Very windy.
Oh, God.
Then that's the moment she fell off.
So where am I falling off to?
Off the back of the bed.
So over Sam's head?
As she started swinging her leg round.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Lovely view.
Okay. All right. All right. I think we got that, Sam.
So sorry.
Thank you, mate.
I don't know if I can come in again now.
Okay. I can't come in again twice.
Gosh. Just going to see if he's all right.
She wants the gory details. My head hit the floor, and I fell to the side and heard a spring in my body snap. Flipping heck, man. Okay, the company say that the bed was fitted properly, and there was no exploring the dynamics of the accident. Mr. Hunter, who's her QC, said she had been performing a sex act, and thereafter she sat up with the intention of swinging her legs forward underneath her and lying on her back with feet towards the headboard and her head towards it at the end of the bed. Her case is that having taken the weight off her body through her buttocks, she lay back with the expectation the mattress would support the weight of her upper torso and her head and shoulders. However, as she placed her weight through her body onto the mattress, flipping heck. What? Hang on. At the time of her accident, Mrs. Busby was in the middle of refurbishing her home after she split from her husband. Well, we'll see how that story pans out. Blimey, eh? Blimey. Imagine having to have all your gory details.
I know. Isn't that awful?
That's horrendous. 03444991000. This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're very, very welcome. I'm going to go and get my organ. Catherine's going to host the show while I'm away.
Okay.
So, there's no phone calls. You said you didn't need any.
Screw me.
Sorry?
Screw me.
I thought you said screw me. Hang
No.
on. Hang on. I've got a thing that will help.
Well, you say that. I don't really...
What can help?
What you got? Oh, I don't need that. You're going to talk to me as you go down?
Well, until you get phone calls. Hang on.
But these are pony. I don't think this is going to work.
You do whatever you do, mate. I'm not that bothered. I'm going to go on for 10, 15 minutes.
10 or 15 minutes?
I've got to go down to get the...
Well, that's a 2-minute job.
Well, I like to do a job properly.
Well, come on. I thought what we could do is... What?
It's a great show so far, Cass. Over.
I think I'm just going to turn his remote walkie-talkie off.
Yeah, turn that thing off, you silly sod. Over.
Okay. Just ignore him.
Can you hear me? Over.
Nope. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. Oh my God. He's not gone straight. This is why it's going to take 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. Such an idiot. So sorry about him. 0344 499 1000. I'm going to tell you about Imogen and the mother care story. Remember the other day we were talking about time slips in Liverpool? By the way, if you've ever been to Bold Street in Liverpool and you had a good night, sweetheart experience, you need to give me a ring now. 0344 499 1000. Hang on a minute. What now?
Sorry, I don't know if the show's going well or not. Over.
The show's going really, really well. Have you gone straight to your car or did you go somewhere first?
You didn't say over and I went for a slash. Over.
Yeah, we know. You need to wash your hands. Over.
I will wash my hands tomorrow. Thanks very much. How many calls have you had so far? Over.
Oh, dozens. They said they prefer me to you and you shouldn't hurry back. Over.
Okay, fine. I'll take that on board. Over and out.
Anyway. Right, so, yeah, we were talking about time slips in Liverpool the other night, and I know you're all fascinated by them, and I know that Iain believes it, because he believes any old guff, right? Obviously, this is absolute poo, but we'll read it anyway. Here we go. Sam, could I have some spooky music? Can you get me some... Because I need to read you Imogen and the Mother Care Store. Could you be quiet, please, down there? Over. I'm trying to build a vibe, man. You're not helping. Bye. Sam's never been the same since the incident with Iain and the reconstruction. We all know what happened there. Imogen and the Mother Care Store. You ready? Are you steady? Because here it comes. The second story, because we did the first one yesterday, although apparently I read it in a sarcastic voice. The second story concerns a young girl by the name of Imogen. She'd decided to go to Liverpool to buy her sister Abigail a few things for her new baby. Upon arriving, she was happy to see a new mother care store had opened up on the corner of Lord Street and Whitechapel. Hang on a minute. What?
Well, two things.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, how did you get the Exorcist music? That's my music.
I've got my methods.
How did you do that?
Well, you have to wonder.
And secondly, I'm going to listen to Tom Snorbrick in my car.
Oh, what a shame. We seem to have lost Iain in London. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah. Corner of Lord Street and Whitechapel. She wandered around the store and picked up a few baby items such as cardigans, baby bibs and gloves. She was surprised to see how cheap the items were, but thought they were on offer as the store had just opened. Taking them to the counter, she tried to pay with her credit card. The staff member looked at her suspiciously and went off to get the manager. Oh. When she came back, she looked at the card and told Imogen that they didn't take cards. So, disappointed, Imogen went and put the items back as she hadn't any money with her. When she got home, she told her mother what had happened. Her mother was surprised and really puzzled. That store closed years ago, she said. There's a bank there now. In fact, that's where I have my account. Not believing her, Imogen took her mother back to the same place the next day. And sure enough, guess what? Yeah, the store wasn't there. It was a bank, just as her mother had told her. What do you think, Sam? Sounds legit? Iain, what are you doing? Oh, this is... Actually, the batteries have gone on this. He's going to go nuts. You'll think I've turned it off. Here we go. Iain, what are you doing? Over and out. Oh, spooky. He's fallen down a time slip. Right, just pretend it was working the whole time and I didn't switch it off. I don't think I did switch it off. I think it switched itself off. Sam, I think it switches itself off, doesn't it? All right, let's do another one. Hit me with the music again. The third tale is of a young man named Sean, who, while shoplifting in Liverpool back in 2006, ran away from a security guard and headed down Hanover Street. Trying to shake off the guard, Sean, 19 by the way, this makes it all the more legit, you see, as they put the age in, turned into a dead-end street called Brooks Alley. Oh, I think they mean he ran into one rather than he turned into a street. Hiya!
Hiya!
Well, I thought it would be bigger than that.
This is massive.
He waited for the guard to come around the corner after him, but he never appeared. So, thinking he'd given him the slip, could you just be a bit quieter?
Sorry, just putting all my stuff up.
So, I'm trying to create a spooky vibe, Iain.
Sorry, wait, turn your walkie-talkie off for you.
It turned itself off earlier on, by the way. Could you... Seriously, could you...
Sorry.
All right. So he turned into this dead-end street called Brooks Alley.
Oh, sorry.
By the time...
Sorry.
By this time... You're going to break that.
Right.
By this time...
Sorry, Sam. Sorry, Kath.
How quickly can you get that working?
Seconds.
All right, because then you can do the spooky music.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, can you play this?
You ready?
Do you think you can play this?
I can play that. £2,500
Let's turn this off and let's see this mega machine. That was not £2,500.
£2,500. It's a Xenox.
Come on.
£2,500. This is it.
Right.
What you want? Spooky
Give me a
music?
vibe. There we go. Can you turn it down a bit, a smidgen?
I don't know. You can do this. Oh shit. No. Here we go.
Ian, I'm trying to do the big moment.
There we go.
Could get some voiceover work out of this.
Oh, you want spooky? I'll do your spooky beat.
Music.
Hang on.
I don't think it needs a rhythm.
That's drums.
Oh. Mm.
We'll make it start this. Okay, ready?
Go. Yeah, this is just right. Right, I'm going in. By this time, he was...
I'm doing this all by myself.
You wouldn't know. You think it's the demonstration, don't you? No, this is him playing.
Oh, can I show you something it can do?
Go on.
Right, hang on, it can do this.
I want to do my spooky story, though.
I think I press this button. No, this one. This one. You ready? Ready? Yes, ma'am.
£2,500?
You can go faster.
All right, let me do this now.
Right,
do me
hang on.
spooky again. I like that. Oh,
Shit, hang on.
give me the wow.
What's the button? Hang on, there's a button that makes... It's this.
No, it was more wow, wow, wow.
Hang on, I want to do... Hang on. It's the best I can do.
All right, can you slow it down a bit so it's
Okay.
a bit sad? Like the John Lewis version. By this time, he was out of breath and started to get a tight sensation in his chest. He soon realised that... Can you turn it down a bit?
No, that's fine.
Just a smidgen. Or, like,
Yes, Catherine, I can do that for you,
Oh my
and I will
God.
happily do that for
it's
you.
been weaponised. Can you just turn it down a smidgeroo?
Turn down. Here we go.
Okay. By this time, he was out of breath and started to get a tight sensation in his chest. He soon realised that actually it wasn't a problem with him, but the atmosphere around him. He waited for the... You're making me speed up by doing it faster.
I did not make it do that. It's got its own microphone.
Can you turn it down
So
a
I can do concerts.
Can you just...
I'm a one-man concert.
You're like an early Gary Barlow.
Hang on.
Can we... Right. I'm going back in.
Okay.
Just you catch up when you can, but don't go fast, because it makes me go faster. He waited for the guard to come round the corner after him, but he never appeared. So, thinking he'd given him the slip, he sauntered back out and started
Giving the ghost a slip! Started giving the ghost a slip!
and started walking down Hanover Street
Started
again.
walking down Hanover Street
But he
again.
soon realised that something was wrong.
Something was afoot.
No, didn't say that.
I don't know how to make it do chords.
The road looked very different, and so did the pavement. He noticed cars driving by that looked very old-fashioned, and the roadworks that he knew were there were now gone. Soon he saw that the people around him were wearing strange clothes. Crossing over to Bold Street, he noticed that there were traffic lights where they weren't before, and the bushes growing round the Lyceum near a bar that he recognised. He carried on walking. Soon he began to feel that something was not quite right, and then he began to panic. He realised that sometimes he'd step back in time. Anyway, you've ruined it. Can't let me have anything nice.
He stepped back in time, is it?
Yeah, it was a time slip thing. You like them?
I do like them. I was enjoying that.
You weren't. You were
Well, you don't kick the box. I'm going to send this back. £2,500. This is the future of the show.
You were done, mate.
No, it was not. This is a Xenox. Xenox is top of the range. Go to the break, Sam. I'll explain this to Catherine. It's a Xenox.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Welcome live. This is the future. I've got a £2,500 Xenox synthesizer system. It's got a built-in microphone, which is a high-quality sampling microphone. Kath, I'd like to put this here.
It's gonna.
I would like to sing a...
Oh God.
I would like to sing a song of love to you.
Oh, don't.
This one is slow. I would class this as slow soul, and it goes like this.
You have a slow soul.
Oh, no, hang on, balls. You must have.
Oh,
That's
dear.
not the... There we go. Ready? Here. Catherine, Catherine, Catherine. Oh, Catherine, why are you such a dick? Catherine, oh, Catherine, Catherine, my sweet Catherine, why are you such a dick.
See, it sounds nice, but actually when you listen to the lyrics, it's quite nasty.
You are the biggest dick around here today.
That's not true.
And you are the most annoying lady in the world.
Oh,
Catherine, sweet Catherine, something I wanna say to you. Why are you such a dick?
Right.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, song.
You've been holding that in for quite... Well, say you'd holding that in, you don't hold that in.
If any listeners would, like their songs written for them, I would happily do
Did you
it.
make that up on the spot?
No, I wrote that this afternoon. Took me a couple of hours to do that.
Who else have we got on the line? Maybe they would like a bespoke song. It sounds like early Janet Jackson. Oh.
I can do rhythms.
You are 44. Fresh
What'd
Prince.
you say? Oh, this is a story all about how my life got turned upside down. I was playing basketball with some drug-dealing men, and my auntie said, "No, you're going to Bel Air." Let's go to George, who may or may not have been to Bel Air. Good evening, George. I'm reading an excellent book about Robin Williams, and it talks about Peter Cook befriending him on a visit to the UK in about 1979, 1980, and Peter Cook taking you home with him. Did you get to meet Robin Williams?
No.
Oh. Okay.
But it's a nice bit of synchronicity, because I was thinking of how our relationship has gone over these months and what have you, and I detect that you have no real interest in doing any podcast with me.
No, you're incorrect. You're incorrect. You're incorrect.
No, I don't think I'm incorrect, but
Okay.
I was musing on the idea.
You are incorrect. Here's the thing, George. Here's the thing. I've been living in a room for 2 years, right? And I've been miserable, and I've barely been able to drag myself out of bed. And Christ knows how I've managed to do radio shows during that period. And in fact, a lot of those radio shows, particularly early on when I moved there, were miserable, really miserable. We lost a load of listeners because I was miserable. And now I've moved into this place, and it's great and it's fantastic. And my life is evolving and is changing in more ways than I could possibly imagine. My divorce is coming through, and it is a huge, daunting... I should probably be divorced by Christmas. It is a huge, daunting, terrifying prospect. I've got less money than I've had in the past 20 years. I mean, it is, at the moment, it is tight, man. It is tight. I'm coming off medication that I've been on for years, and it is sending me way, way up to the top of the mountain, and then literally a second later, I'm sat in tears, crying because life is pointless and worthless and meaningless, and I don't know what's funny anymore. And I'm not. No, hang on. This is important because you said something that's untrue, and I want to. I need to put forward my point of view to try to explain this. I'm seeing my kids semi-regularly, but I'm not seeing as often as I could because my mental condition is not in a place where I feel like I'm safe, where I feel like I would be particularly a good dad around them. I'm hanging on by a thread at the moment, George. This is the most honest I've been in ages. I'm hanging on to my sanity. I really, really want to take drugs, man. I really, really want to do cocaine. I want to do some cocaine. I want to get some crystal meth, man. I want to have a meth party. But I know if I do that, it is game over for me, and that house goes on the market, and I never see my kids again. But I really, really want to do crystal meth, and I really want to do coke. I am hanging by a thread to my sanity and my sobriety, and I am having to prioritise as much as I can. I'm still saying yes to a lot of things actually I would rather say no to because I need the money, but I'm having to prioritise, and unfortunately your podcast, which I do want to do, is at the moment is kind of at the back of the priorities, and that's me being honest.
I was musing on the idea of abandoning the podcast idea altogether, and if there was any way you could invite me and John Lloyd in to talk about Peter Cook. I think that an hour of that could be wonderful, and you could make some money out of it, I would think. What do you think?
No.
No?
No. How would we make money out of it?
Because it could be turned into something, an hour of...
But if we did it here at the radio show, we couldn't sell it.
Couldn't you?
No, because I wouldn't own it. Well, you wouldn't own it. Rupert Murdoch would own it, and he ain't going to want to sell it.
Okay, then let's do it outside the radio station. Then a meeting between me, John Lloyd, and you, and we could share some lovely stories with you.
That's not impossible. But again, I refer back to what I just said. We're not going to make a lot of money out of it. We'd make a few quid, and that would be lovely.
No, you could make a lot of money.
No, you can't. I think your grasp on what is monetarily valuable these days is way off the mark. If I'm completely honest, with respect.
Okay.
Because I mean, how much money do you think we could make from it?
At least $1 million.
Shut up, George! I was thinking if we got 500 quid out of it, split 3 ways, plus hiring the venue, we'd be lucky.
I'm not looking to make any money.
No, but wait, how are you going to make? Here's the thing: you're not going to make $1 million off it. You're going to make £1,000,000 tops.
No, I think you could make $1 million.
Tell me how. Tell me how.
Because of things that would be said and discussed.
How much did you make off of your Peter Cook CDs?
Only the 10 grand they originally.
Okay, and they were actual, genuine recordings of Peter Cook talking.
Yeah, but there are lots that they didn't use, and they're probably some of the best bits that they never used.
No one pays for things anymore. Here's the thing: everybody, rightfully or wrongly, expects everything for free. You can get albums for free. You can get movies for free. Everything is free.
Yeah, but it could be set up in such a way that you're buying this hour and you are involving yourself in something wonderful by buying the hour.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Yeah, at some point, yeah, but I refer you back to my previous heartfelt, honest exposure of my soul to you.
Yes, but this is all part of your script.
No. Part of my script.
To my mind, everything.
That's part of your script.
Scripted.
Part of my script is to protect myself and make sure I don't pick up cocaine and make sure I don't go and have loads of prostitutes, sex workers, and make sure I don't hang myself in my house. That's my script at the moment. That's genuinely where I am. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, but you're talking about the moment, but moments change, and moments can change very quickly, Ian. And I told you I met John Lloyd a couple of weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, and that I gave him my telephone number, but I haven't heard from him. And but I was saying, I just
trying to play Axel F.
Sorry,
trying to play Axel F.
Axel F. The O.C. Smith Together track, I'd love you to put some of your singing to your interpretation of that sound.
Okay.
O.C. Smith Together.
George is not listening to a word that I say.
I'm listening to every word.
I've told him that I can do nothing today, but he keeps on telling me things I should do, and I can barely get out of bed. George, listen to me, man. I'm barely holding on to life as a human being. Right? I'm not seeing my kids as much as perhaps I could, because I can't face seeing my kids. So I'm up. If I misled you in any way around the podcast, I apologise. But I'm keen to do it at some point. But at the moment, my life is in a place where I'm unable to do stuff like that. Every night, every day before I come into work, I think I can't face it tonight. I'm going to phone up and tell them I can't do it. And every night, somehow, I manage to drag myself in. So your idea sounds like a great idea. I'm going to pass on it.
you're going to pass on you and Kath coming round to my place with John Lloyd and listening to some of the Peter
You're
Cook
speaking
stuff?
for John Lloyd and he hasn't spoken to you for weeks.
No.
Well, it's all dependent on him.
Get him to
being
phone us
for
up.
Sorry? Hello?
Get him to phone us up.
I've had no contact with him.
Okay.
I haven't got a direct contact number.
Oh, right, okay. So how's he going to get involved in this project that I'm not involved in?
Well, the project would be to come and visit me here, and we play some Peter Cook tapes that I've got, and we chat. He's got lovely Peter Cook stories.
But you don't. What's his phone? Phone him up then and get him involved.
I say I've got no.
Well, then there we
no
go.
direct link to him, but you could find it.
No, come on, man. How am I supposed to find a direct link to John Lloyd if you can't find a direct link to John Lloyd when you've actually met John Lloyd?
You're much cleverer than I am.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
It would be potentially wonderful. It really would.
It would be. I tell you what, it would be potentially wonderful. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Potentially.
Yeah. But I'm saying there's something that you could make happen much easier than I can make happen.
George, did you hear all the things that Ian was telling you about reasons why he's finding it difficult to like?
Yes, I did.
Okay, but did you hear it though? Did you listen?
That's his present situation, but present situations are not tomorrow's situations.
It will be tomorrow's situation.
Okay, well, how about next month's situation? None of us know which way our scripts are written, but they're
I don't believe my script's written.
Well, it is.
No, it isn't.
I'm sure it is.
Well, I'm sure it isn't.
I'm sure we.
Okay.
But here's the thing: if Kath's script is written, then Kath's script is to dispute the writings of this script.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we got that sorted out.
I am aware that every one of us is being directed by a
Okay.
soul.
I am being directed to cut you off.
Okay.
Thank you. Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Shut up.
Oh wow, you put the beat on.
That was
Close enough.
That was a record of Axel F on the clarinet. It's a rare record. Only joking. It was me on my Xenox.
Xenox synthesizers.
Me on my Xenox. £2,500. People go, it never cost £2,500. All right, pedants. It didn't cost me £2,500. It cost me £2,499.99.
Wow.
Clarinet.
Do they do guitars?
This is a piano. This is a marimba. This is my organ. I've got an accordion.
They do guitars.
Now I'm doing a harmonica, and here's a guitar. Here's a guitar. Here's a bass guitar. These are the instruments that I can play. Would you like to hear a violin? I hear you say, oh yes. Play the violin. Play the violin. Little child begging for his mama, play the violin. Little blind boy basking in the streets of London. His mama's dying of consumption. Little blind beggar boy, wheel your wheelchair home as you play the violin. He's playing the violin. He's blind. He's in a wheelchair when he gets home.
Why? He's only blind.
His mama is dead.
Oh.
So what does he do? He plays the violin again at night time. Reminds him of his mama when she was still alive. Little blind beggar boy, play the violin to pay for the funeral. He's got no family. It's a scandal how we treat our blind orphan children.
Gosh, that was moving.
I like to think of that as a better version of Another Day in Paradise by Phil Collins.
Well, I was thinking there were similarities there.
It's based on a true story. I did actually hear a violin once. Let's go to Mark. Good evening, Mark. What do you want, Mark? Mark? The hell is this Mark guy? Let's try Ellie. Good evening, Ellie.
Hiya.
Hey, Ellie.
Good evening.
Good evening to you, Ellie.
Hiya, you too.
Would you like me to write... How old are you, Ellie?
I'm 55.
Would you like me to write a sex song for you?
You could do. What I rang up for was to offer to assassinate some of your callers for you.
Okay, well, let's...
on your nerves and my nerves.
Well, then this is great. You're going to murder some of the callers and then we're going to make love. And we're going to make love like this. Oh, me and Ellie sitting in a bath, having a naughty time. Along comes Ellie and she takes off her clothes. We're having a naughty time. 'Cause she's killing George and she's killing Alan and she's killing Nigel and she's killing Catherine. When she's killed all of them, we make lots of love.
Oh, that's romantic, apart from the bit where you killed me.
I didn't kill
No,
you.
I
She
wouldn't
did.
kill you.
She's nuts.
No, we wouldn't kill Kath.
Ellie
Kath would
isn't.
have to be devour you.
Hang on a second.
Oh,
Hang
I'd
on.
be an accessory.
Yeah.
Oh. Kath is the first to go 'cause she's an annoying tit. I'd make her the first one that you kill because I've had enough of it. You could shoot her there, then stab her there, then poison her there, then boil her in acid there, and when you've killed Kath, then we will have sex.
Lovely, sounds great.
Well, apart from for me, it sounds a little bit rubbish.
But for me and Ellie, it sounds great. We're going to have a great time.
I think that might sting just a smidge.
You sound like a little boy playing at home with all his little pots and pans.
Doesn't he, though?
around.
Doesn't he, though?
Yeah.
Well,
Like
you bond with
like
Ellie
you got-
now. She's going to kill you, and then me
Okay,
and her are going to make
yeah.
love.
Yeah.
We're going to
We'll
have
get
sex.
all your pans out of your kitchen cupboard.
Yes,
and bang
Ellie.
them,
If that's what turns you on.
Here we go, verse 3.
Ellie's got all of her pans out 'cause she's a kinky so-and-so. She likes to pretend that she's a cook from the 18th century with a splash here and a whisk there and a toss there and a tug there. Ellie is a kinky fish making love in the 18th century.
Yeah. You know what I want? You know, the other day you had somebody on who'd made like a tongue for the women, a sex toy for women.
Oh, yeah, the cunny.
The cunny, that's it. I've wanted a proper sex toy like that for women for years. What we need is something that'll suck the clitoris.
What?
Suck, she said. Suck.
Suck in the clitoris, that's what we need.
Was there a swear there? No, I'm so... Okay.
No, I'm not swearing. What women want of a sex toy is something that will suck our clitoris.
See, this is the thing, right? Mel Gibson wasted his time in so many ways, but in that film, what women want, because there's a one-sentence answer, and he should have just asked Ellie.
Can we stop saying the phrase...
Yeah.
Can we stop saying the phrase suck the clitoris because I think it might get the show taken off. Ellie is a kinky so-and-so. She's going to get the show taken off with a suck here and a suck there. Here a suck, there a suck, everywhere a suck. If you kill Catherine, I'll do that for you. You won't need no stinking toy.
Well, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
So you don't object to... like, quite graphic descriptions of my demise, but a fundamental female necessity you worry will get us taken off air?
No, I wouldn't kill you, Catherine. I wouldn't touch you.
I know you wouldn't.
Well, Ellie, then I'm afraid I'm not going to be doing any of the sex...
Worship at her feet.
Oh.
There we go.
I'm not doing any of the sexy things that I promised you then.
Okay, I can live without that. As long as I can worship at Kath's feet.
Boom. This is what happens, you see. Sisters before misters.
Yeah.
Hoes before bros. No, hang on.
Okay.
What did you want, Ellie, you sexual deviant?
I just wanted to kill all the people that ring
Goodbye.
up.
There you go, that's all she wanted. Just
Mark, are you there now? The hell is Mark's
Silent
problem?
Mark.
Ay, 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 ay.
Ellie is a weirdo, Ellie is a weirdo.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Enjoying the geocaching this week?
Yes.
I've been enjoying the geocaching this week. Yes, I have. I went out in the drizzle and the rain on my own, so to speak. Whoa, whoa. I've been hunting for little pots that have been hidden behind walls and under a stile. One of them was actually under a stile. I had to walk a freaking mile in the rain to find a geocache. I got wet, I was smoking some hash.
No, you weren't.
I was so high in the field, I thought I could fly. Let's geocache, baby.
No, it's more of a solitary thing.
Yeah. So we've done that. You think teeth made hair. Oh, so the other day I had a brilliant idea, and we were at something, and I said to you during it. I said to you during it, you think teeth are made of hair.
Okay.
I said to you during it, remind me afterwards to tell you my brilliant idea. And then you didn't remind me.
Funny that, isn't it?
This is days ago, right? And then today it was like, oh, brilliant idea. So I meant to do this at the top of the show. This is genuinely a brilliant idea, but we need the help of the boys and the girls listening. The ladles and the jelly spoons, right?
Okay.
So me and Kath, we've done many shows. We've got the Rabbit Hole Picture Show. 15 tickets for that left on Saturday, the 27th of October.
Yeah.
We've got the live Rabbit Hole show on 9th of December in London, one in Bath as well in November. We've got the games night in London where we're going to play Uno, we're going to play Twister.
Operation.
We're going to play Operation, we're going to play Silly Sausage. And I was thinking, these are great. And a lot of people are saying, well, can I bring the kids to this? We have to go, well, no, the Fright Night is an 18, even though it'll probably be a 12 now, and it's a venue with a bar, and the Bill Murray is a venue with a bar, and, you know, there's bad language in these shows. We've had a 13-year-old rock up once, and that was uncomfortable. There's the C word in there. If you're comfortable with the C word and the venue is cool, then I'm okay personally with 14, 15, but you sit a little uncomfortably with it. So here's what I was thinking, and we need the help of the boys and girls listening, right? You and I do a genuine ticketed event, right, for kids.
Yeah, I'd love that.
We do a proper... OK, well, you need to get rid of the attitude. It's part of the thing.
Kids love an attitude.
No, they don't.
My kids love it.
No, they don't. They don't.
do.
Your kids tell me, and they hate it. We could do a proper kids show. Kath's thinking, you can hear it. Listen, you can hear it.
Yeah, like the little rabbit hole.
We're not going to call it a little rabbit hole.
Oh, that sounds a bit pervy, doesn't it?
So we do a show for kids. Beyond that, I don't know. And it would be, and you could bring kids, you legitimately could bring kids without fear of there being there'll be no sexual innuendo, there'll be no inappropriate language, no swears. You could bring kids between the age of 4 and 16, 17, 16.
Oh, no, I think that's too much of a stretch.
No, I don't think it is. No.
What a 15-year-old finds funny and what a 5-year-old finds funny.
Exactly, and that's the challenge. No, I think you can make it work. I think it has to be, it is available to everyone. It is available to... And parents could come as well, you know, and adults could come. It would be a funny show that would be aimed at kids, but also adults would dig it as well. But that's as far as I've got.
Okay.
That's as far as I've got. And we're looking at the new year now, at some point, probably February or March, something like that. But I think it's a brilliant idea. I think it would be a challenge for us, because you've got a filthy mouth and a filthy swagger. You've got a very sexy swagger. You walk into a room and, it's just inappropriate. So you'd need to work on that.
I'll tone down the vibes, yeah.
I think you'd have to. I think we'd have you in a boxing Helena situation or something.
What, chop my legs off?
So it's just an idea. So if anyone's got any ideas, apart from the boxing Helena, that's my idea, of how me and Kath can do an actual show for kids, 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. What's this? Oh, I could hide neath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. Don't know the rest of the chords after that. Let's go to Alistair. Good evening, Alistair.
Evening, Ian. Evening, Kath.
Catherine has disappeared for the moment. What can we do for you?
Ian, I know you like the monkeys.
Yeah, oh, the monkeys!
The scale of 0 to 10, how much do you like them?
Oh, 10. They're a 10. They fill the scale.
So my question is, would you go and see a Monkeys tribute band?
Yeah, of course I would.
You do? Because I just wondered, because I bought tickets to go and see the Australian Pink Floyd tonight.
What, you bought tickets tonight? Or you went and saw them tonight?
No, I bought a ticket to go and see them in November.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen tribute bands. I like tribute bands. I'm surprised I've never been to see the bootleg Beatles. Weren't we supposed to get a Beatles in here one night? What happened to those
but then
losers?
they got ill, didn't they?
Oh, and then one of them got shot.
No, that was a different thing.
Oh, that was the real Beatles.
Because some people say it's not the same.
Well, of course it's not the same. Those people that say that are right. Of course they're not the same.
I saw Fleetwood back once. They were brilliant. Yeah. I'd go and see them again. And I can't afford £800 to see actual Fleetwood Mac.
Well, that's it.
I would go. I saw the Counterfeit Stones. They weren't very good. I saw Queen Bee when I was. Let's just say I was going upwards when they came on stage. Wow,
that's interesting.
Yeah,
my ex-boyfriend's.
Shut up, Alistair! Manners. The lady's talking.
My ex-boyfriend's brother used to be the guitarist in Queen Bee.
I saw them when I was coming up on drugs.
Oh, yeah, I got the reference.
Yeah, okay, fine. Right. I've seen. That's probably it. Anyway, go on. Yes.
Is there a Neil Diamond one?
There are loads of Neil Diamond ones. Yeah, loads of Neil Diamond ones. I'm thinking of doing a Neil Diamond one.
Anyway, maybe you could work on your keyboard and then you could maybe go in that direction.
Get out. You can work on... What do you mean work on it? Is it?
Stop telling Paul Simon to work on the guitar.
Get stuffed. Work on the keyboards. He could work on his lyrics a little bit, Paul Simon. I'm glad he's retiring because he's never quite achieved the promise that we hoped. Flip right. So here's the thing, right? I spent 3.5 hours this weekend trying to install a porn blocker on my internet, right? 3.5 hours, right? And there's a couple of things you can download. There's NetNanny is the most popular one, and it's $50 a year to have it on several computers. And I thought, I'll go in. I'm in. So I downloaded that, and I installed it, and I set it up, and you can have age settings, or you can be very specific, right? Very specific. And what I don't want in my house, partly because of my kids, mainly because of me, because I look at stuff, and I want to set it, and then you have the password, and just block it, right? Because I don't want to look at. I look at porn, and I don't, I don't really think there's necessarily anything wrong with porn, but I don't want to look at it. Really, it's not healthy for me to look at it, right? Whereas it might be for other people. So I blocked porn, and I'm all right with looking at stuff about drugs, and I blocked some very specific, porn and a couple of other things, right? And it was also, and then I thought, to test it, you got to type in a porno site, right? So you a Pornhub, it came up. It's like, oh man! So I'm fiddling around for ages, trying to set this thing, and I kept blocking it and kept resetting it and uninstalling it and installing it, and you go to Pornhub, and then Pornhub is there. I thought, right, okay, I'm struggling with NetNanny. Let me try another one. So then I went to the one that I had on my phone for a while called K9, but they stopped doing K9 a few years ago. And they say, look, we stopped doing it. It should work for most things, but we can't offer you any support now because we don't do it anymore, right? And so I spent ages on K9, and I couldn't get it to block porn. Pornhub kept popping up. And then I looked at a couple of others. I looked at Norton did a family thing, and and it's just here's the thing, right? It's 3 hours, and I've hello, sorry,
what was that?
Was that my phone? What was that? No. Hello. What was that? So 03444991000 is the phone number if you want to give us a call. So I emailed NetNanny, and basically NetNanny, and I spoke to a friend of mine who said, we've got NetNanny in our house. We couldn't set it up, but they talked us through it, and it's really good. So I emailed NetNanny and said, look, I can't do this. Can you either talk me through it or cancel it? And they've written back and said, we'll talk you through it, and we'll give you 3 months free to apologise for being so difficult. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. It should be so easy to block pornography on a computer. It should be so easy. Now, I've done a little cheat. I've blocked it on my Sky Shield, right? But it's partly for me. If it were just for the kids, that would be fine. But it's partly for me. And I know the password for the Sky Shield. And I can give you the password
but you
for
already
the Sky
know
Shield.
it.
But I know it, and we could change the password for the Sky Shield, but then I could just get it emailed to... It's a fake cheat. It's like locking the door. It's like locking a padlock, but you've still got the key around your neck. You know, it's like you can resist it for a while. You go, hell, I'll do it. It should be so easy. And also these net nannies and things, you can also block, like, suicide websites, and you can block self-harm, and you can block swimwear, and you can block profanity. So you can be... Really, there's abortion. There's loads of different things you can block. And then you can specify certain websites if they're your problem, they aren't covered by these these loads of different titles. So it's there. But it should be the easiest thing for an adult to go onto a computer and go, right, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. Now, it's slightly different for me because I'm blocking me. So it involves me setting it up and then you coming and typing in a password that I don't know. And you taking it and me hoping that I can still access the websites that I legitimately want to access. Some of these things sometimes block certain YouTube videos. Sometimes if you type in, like, Essex... That sees it as sex, so there's a few things, that's fine, we get around that. So it's a slightly different situation in that I'm partly doing it for my kids, but I'm also I'm doing it for me. Go on, sure, why not? But it should be really easy. It should be really easy that you go into a computer and you tick some boxes and you go, right, but people using this do not want to see pornography. They do not want to see masturbation. They do not want to see dum. Block all of those websites, please. This should be it. And it's not it. And I'm fairly computer savvy. Fairly. And I'm concerned enough to want to do this. But imagine a parent who doesn't give a toss what their kids watch, or doesn't know anything about computers and thinks it's safe anyway, or isn't really that bothered because they think their kids won't be looking at porn. Mm-hmm. You've got to. Hello, I'm so sorry. Hello, what is that?
That's coming over from over there.
What is it? Oh, it's over here. Hello. Oh. Okay, maybe someone's done the prank to us that we were going to do to them.
They have.
Have you done it, Sam?
I will kill you!
Someone's done the thing to us that we were going to do to them.
It's the revenge of the mics.
We win because it was our idea. So actually, Mike, you can kiss my ass. So I was very frustrated. I'm going to get it sorted out. NetNanny are a very reliable company, and they will talk me through it, I'm sure, and it'll be great, and it will just provide me a little bit of security in my home. People on Twitter going, what are you blocking porn for? Just enjoy it, man. Because I can't enjoy it, because I can lose a day. I haven't done it for a while, but I can lose a day. 10 o'clock, you think, in the morning, I'm going to have a little look at this. And suddenly it's 10 o'clock at night, you go, flipping out, that was a waste. In the same way that, I would lose a day to, I'd lose a weekend or I'd lose a week to cocaine or something. It's the same kind of thing. And people are going, well, just don't watch it. Well, it's not. My self-control around stuff like that gives me an instant high, but then makes me feel ashamed of myself afterwards with drugs and sex and buying loads of stuff. It's $2,500 on a keyboard, for crying out loud. My self-control around those issues is broken. Can't do it. It's like the person who can... I was always amazed when you'd go round to someone's house, like for a Friday night to play some games, and they go, do you know what? I think I got a little bit of weed in the drawer from last month. And I'd be thinking, hang on, you didn't finish? If I had weed, boom, it was gone. You just smoke it. Why would you stop smoking it? Why would you put some in a drawer and forget about it? I can't do that. And for me, it's kind of the same around porn and stuff. It's if I'm in, I'm in. I'm in for the long haul. Not many people talk about it. I'm terribly embarrassed and ashamed about it. But it should be really easy to go onto a computer and go, right, we don't want this, we don't want this, we don't want this. And it should be foolproof.
You know, and especially these days with people, online gambling and stuff is a problem for people. And buying things,
Yeah.
At some point, some people find that it runs away with them, and it's more of a problem for them than for other people. It should be easy to just eliminate that. That computer's supposed to be working for you.
Yeah, it's a strange old world. Yes, 0344 499 1000. Yes, Mo?
Hey, man, is Nico in?
Yeah, he's just popped out to the bathroom.
Can you please put him on? When is he on, man?
He's on every midnight with It's Wicked with Nico.
He's not on now, though.
No, because he's just gone to the bathroom, mate. He's an amateur when it comes to radio, and he doesn't know... I told him to go before he got here.
Are you serious? Because last time you told me Nico was on, and he wasn't.
Nico was on, mate. He's on every midnight doing It's Wicked with Nico.
Why do we do a show like It's Wicked with Mo?
Because what you add nothing. Nick, here's the thing: we only got Nick. I don't like the guy. We get him in because he's got a huge following that are young.
Like the guy.
Sorry,
he's a brilliant guy.
No, he's not. He's not a very nice guy in real life. You've not met him. I have. He's unpleasant.
I'd actually give him credit. Like, he's a great YouTuber.
No, he's a great YouTuber. He's got a big following, and that's all we're interested in. Not him as a person. He's horrible. You saw what he did to his mate Johnny. We want his numbers. We want his young audience. That's what we want.
No, but just look at the things he does, like for charity, and the things he does against anti-racism. Have you done that, Ian? I'm sorry.
No, I'm a massive racist, and I actually I create situations where people need to go to charities.
That was funny, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Cheers, man. Bye. He liked that. It was a good line. It's a good line. I knew the first bit about being a racist. That was easy. But then I was thinking, well, how do I make the second bit work? And I think that was a nice twist. I make situations where people have to go to charities. So they're basically, so the money that Nico's given to the charities is being used up by the people that I've physically assaulted. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Hang on a minute. I've written something down. And, here we go. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I've got a story for you. Whoa, look at that. A man who swam naked among... Oh, flipping heck. Well, this is taking a twist. So the story I saw is a naked man swims with sharks.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Okay, well... Then
I didn't read it, though.
Okay, no, nor did I. There's a couple of variations on it, and I clicked on the second one. I wish I clicked on the first one.
Oh, dear.
A man who swam naked among sharks at Ripley's Aquarium of Canada in downtown Toronto late Friday is wanted in a violent assault earlier in the evening, police say.
Oh.
Spokesperson Katrina Arrogant said investigators from the city's West End 14 Division and the Downtown 52 Division connected the incidents on Monday through evidence and the clothing he was seen wearing. The assault took place outside Medieval Times, great chain of restaurants, at Exhibition Place around 8 p.m. The victim suffered serious injuries. It's believed the suspect fled and headed to the aquarium 5 kilometres east. Officers were called to the popular tourist attraction 2 hours later. 1 minute-long video posted on YouTube shows a man taking off his clothes and diving into the dangerous lagoon, a 2.9 million litre tank that offers an underwater gallery to dozens of marine animals, including 17 sharks. The naked man can be seen doing the breaststroke on the surface of the water, while sand tiger sharks swim within centimetres of his feet. Green sawfish, green sea turtles, green moray eels and other species of green tropical fish are also housed in the tank, according to the aquarium's website. Here's the video. He's naked. And he's swimming in there. There's his willy. He's going back for a swim, look. And that gets out. This is the weirdest thing. Security at the popular tourist attraction asked the man to leave shortly before 10:30 p.m, but he refused. Instead, he swam to the edge of the enclosure and emerged from the tank before doing a backward flip into the water.
Wow.
Visitor Erin Ackland said she heard the big splash and thought the trainers were feeding the sharks. As Ackland and her boyfriend approached it, she said they saw a man in the water. The guy... I'm from Kennedy, Bikini. The guy...
Is it the keyboard telling you it's still switched on?
No, because I've not been able to make it do a sound like that.
No, I know.
All right, let's turn it off and see what happens. Kennedy. The guy seemed totally relaxed and there were sharks like everywhere, eh? She told CBC Toronto. He appeared to be totally nude, eh? And like laughing, eh? Ackland described the display as unexpected and horrifying. I don't know what would possess someone to do that, eh? It's totally insane to me, eh? She explained. I was scared I was going to witness the death of this guy, eh? A video by a visitor who captured the man's aquatic adventure has received more than 5,000 views on YouTube. Before officers arrived, the man got out of the water. Video shows him walking past security, sitting on the edge of the tank. Sorry, someone said something, a really complicated way of blocking porn on my computer. I don't want that. I don't know what that means. Jump the gate and slip into a crowd of onlookers where a woman appears to be holding his clothes. He put them on and left the aquarium at the request of security. No marine animals were harmed during the stunt, adding the swimming was extremely dangerous. It put the man's safety in jeopardy, the safety of the marine animals, and the safety of the staff who tried to get him out of the water. Police haven't been able to locate the man, but they are looking to speak to him. Though the animals ignore the man, they are unpredictable. Okay. So hang on, but that's an evening, isn't it? So he beats the crap out of someone outside Medieval Times, which is a great chain of restaurants.
Yeah, how could you feel so negative after such a wonderful evening?
No, it gets you riled up, man.
Oh, does it? Gets your blood up?
Yes, it does. It gets you in the mood to hate. You're seeing people sword fight each other and you're booing and cheering. So, yeah, it gets you riled up. But then go, you know what? That was a great cutlery-free meal. Wonderful punch-up I had there. I'm not done with the evening. I know, should we go to the aquarium? I'm going to strip off and swim with some sharks. That guy must have been on drugs.
Surely.
That's got to be a drug-induced kind of thing.
He was certainly feeling powerful.
Yeah.
Wasn't he, that night?
What a strange... I didn't know the bit about the assault before because that changes it from, still an idiot.
Well, it gives you a picture of his evening, as you say.
Yeah. You got anything in your...
Yeah, I have.
What you got?
A doctor filmed the revolting moment he removed a live tick from deep inside his patient's ear canal.
Oh, beautiful. Is it on video?
Yes.
Oh, let's see it. I love a good live tick.
Ear, nose and throat surgeon Ramat Omar was
I would just say ENT. It saves so much time. People know what it means. ENT surgeon.
But you might have thought his name was ENT.
No. Oh, yes, please. Milk, no sugar. Hey.
Actually, I could drink a cappuccino.
Yes. I don't know how to
ENT surgeon.
Yes, please. Milk, no sugar.
No, I'm talking about Ramat Omar. Was trying to find out why the man was having pain in his ear. The doctor...
He would try and find out. That's his job.
The doctor, 49, we don't need to know that, based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
But based where?
Kuala Lumpur.
Where?
Kuala Lumpur.
Oh, you mean Kuala Lumpur?
Kuala Lumpur.
Koala Bear Lumpur is what you're saying.
Kuala Lumpur.
It's koala.
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 Milk. It's koala.
Koala.
No, it's not, though.
Koala.
You carry on talking.
Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia said. The patient was in a lot of discomfort. They were so happy when I removed it. It's certainly the first time I've ever seen this, and I hope I never have to do this again. The shocked surgeon couldn't believe his eyes when he saw his tick inside the patient's ear during the removal, and he carefully grabbed the wriggly insect and pulled it slowly out. He added it could have been very dangerous. It's disgusting. I've seen a... Ah! Earlier this year, a doctor yanked a huge leech out of a patient's nostril where it had lived for 2 weeks. The 51-year-old patient had been having nosebleeds for 10 days non-stop, so went to see the doctor.
10 days non-stop.
When the leech was finally pulled out, of his right nostril, the patient's eyes were filmed widening in disbelief. It's not entirely clear how the patient acquired the slithery nose invader.
He snorted it. But
it likely entered his nostrils when he swam in a river, yes.
Of course it was. There's nothing special.
Yaka.
Special. Just bear with me a second. I've got to make a very, very quick phone call, if that's all right. Hang on a second.
Koala. Koala.
You're thinking of the bear.
That's koala.
I don't know if that line's working or not. That line seems to be a little bit dicky. Hello?
Yes?
Hello, this is Iain Lee. We're live on Talk Radio in the UK. Can I ask you a question? How do you pronounce Kuala Lumpur? Is it koala or koala?
Koala. K-U-A-L-A.
So you would say koala?
Yeah, koala.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much for your help. Have a lovely evening.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See, koala.
Shut the front door! That was koala, right?
Koala.
Koala!
Koala.
That was the Hotel Kota Warisan in Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur, yeah, koala. Don't make me phone another place, because I will. I'll spend the next 20 minutes phoning up Kuala Lumpur and destroy... I will pay Paul Ross twice his fee so I can go right through till 5 o'clock phoning up places in Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
Just to destroy you. Do you want me... I'll do it again.
No, don't.
Well, then
You're embarrassing yourself.
Accept.
Accept what?
Accept the truth.
Except the truth is...
Play the adverts. You're
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee. On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. I think Catherine's learnt a lesson. Let's go to... We just watched that doctor taking a tick out of someone's ear. Dirty, dirty, dirty boy. Good evening, Mark. Hello?
Has he been sucked into a black hole?
Mark, you been sucked off, mate? Mark! Mark, your pudding. He's gone. What happened there? Get Mark back. I need to speak to that guy.
Mysterious.
Very, very mysterious. Michael Bublé's retiring.
Oh.
Who cares?
He's made enough money.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, right? And I know his son has been poorly, but his son is fine now, which is great. And that must have been. And I thought that was a powerful thing when he retired to look after his boy. And okay, not everyone's in the position where they can do that financially. But I thought when he did that, I thought, well, yeah, fair play, man, well done. You're doing some great dadding there, and luckily enough, you're in a position you can afford to do some great dadding. But well done, and the boy's pulled through, and that's brilliant. And then he's come back, and he's saying that he doesn't like the cynicism and the self-promotion of the music industry, and he doesn't care anymore. So he's retiring. But he's announcing he's retiring just as he releases his new album. And you kind of think, oh, come on, man. Come on, boobs. Come on, boobs. Don't quit, boobs. We love you. You got so much more great music within you. Come on, boobs. Let it out. Huh?
I think you might be all right. I'm just reading in goodhousekeeping.com 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
His manager's saying, no, he was taken out of context. He's not retiring.
Well, hang on a minute. Is he retired? Come on, boobs. You need a break. You should retire, man. You've had it tough the last few years. You should definitely retire. I think he should retire. Let's try Mark. Good evening, Mark.
Ian, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you, Mark. What have you got for us tonight?
Can I do a Pradeep, please?
Yeah, go
on. Is it going to be you or Catherine?
I've got...
Or a three-way?
Steady on. I've got throat problems. My throat is, and I showed Catherine my throat earlier on. It's kind of sealed up. I cannot...
You can manage a Pradeep?
I can't do a significant Pradeep now. Why don't you Pradeep the boy?
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go.
Pradeep.
Pradeep.
He beat you just by a millisecond.
He was delayed a little bit, though, remember?
He was. He started late. It's a dead heat, guys.
I'll be back next week.
Thanks very much, Mark. And I'll be better next week, mate, because that was pathetic. I could have beaten that easily. Easily.
What were you telling me to do with my nose?
I wasn't giving you any tips. I wasn't giving you any tips. There is a very simple trick that makes me unbeatable at Pradeep.
But I've beaten you.
You have not beaten me.
I have.
You have not.
I have. I actually have.
Okay, all right, fine. You've beaten me, but you actually haven't.
I did, though.
Kuala Lumpur.
All right, that's insignificant.
But it's not actually insignificant. It's very, very significant.
I did beat you.
Teeth are made of hair, lady.
Mm?
Where are the...
Gums are made of plastic, man.
Where are the papers? Did you bring the papers in?
No.
Well, can we get the papers for the
But
last...
you had them.
Can we get the papers for the last bit of the show, please?
Honestly.
And while you're out, I'm going to play a little song for the ladies and gentlemen. I wanna make love to you all night long. We're gonna do such rude things. We're gonna do some rude things. Well, baby, gonna do some rude things. Gonna put my thing there. Whoa, yeah. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome to do so. There are actually some quite good stories in the papers today. I mean, this comedian that snogged another girl and was probably rude to his girlfriend, who cares? This is one of those stories that people think we're interested in. No one cares. No one actually cares about that comedian and his shenanigans. No one cares.
No.
It's everywhere. Front page of the thing. Shame on them. Who cares? He doesn't sound like a great bloke from what I've heard, but I don't know.
I want to know if all the writers that have been casting aspersions on these two have lived blameless lives. Because it seems like it's all been written by nuns.
Here we go. This is what we want. This is what we want. For 70 years, the official line was men are more bonkers about bonking than women. It's all thanks to the famous Kinsey report into human sexual behaviour, which concluded that men are more highly charged. Yes, line 2?
It's Bonfire Night 2 and you can send me fireworks.
Okay. No, haven't. It's not Bonfire Night for ages. What are you talking about?
Couple of weeks.
It's more than a couple of... Which week? It's more than a couple of weeks. It's October the 15th. Bonfire Night is November the 5th.
Just over 2 weeks.
Yeah, more than a couple of weeks. Go away. It's not. It's nearly 3 weeks.
Enjoy yourself.
Goodbye. Many have considered his carnal knowledge was faulty, and today our Sun Sex Survey turns Kinsey's outdated findings on their head. We surveyed 2,000 men and women aged 18 plus about their sexual habits and histories. We found no gender difference between sex drives or cheating. In fact, more women than men use sex toys, while women are sexually active at a younger age. No doubt our findings will shock American biologist Alfred Kinsey. His groundbreaking research, boring. He looked at the then taboo subjects such as homosexuality and the wilder things men and women got up to. He found that 90% of American males pleasured themselves, while 85% had sex before marriage. Okay, boring. Right. So how long... Okay. Okay, so here we go. Favourite positions, right? What are these numbers? Well, I don't know what these numbers mean. Oh, right. So number 6... Right, so number 5, favourite position for men.
What
Say a dirty position.
Why? Why are you trying to make me say things?
Well, it says here spooning.
Oh, right.
That's not a sexual position. What is that?
There it is again.
For women, it's reverse cowgirl. Number 4 for women is spooning. Number 4 for men is reverse cowgirl. Number 3 favourite position for men is missionary. Number 3 favourite position for women is girl on top. Which is number 2 for men. Number 1 favourite position for men.
Well, doggy.
Doggy, yeah, doggy.
Dirty
Okay,
boys.
Dirty, dirty, dirty boys. I said, you dirty, dirty boys. Get down. All right, so what is number 2 and number 1 for women?
2 and 1. Well, I don't know.
Well, you're a woman.
Yeah, I know, but...
So what's your number 2?
I can't remember the ones you've already said.
It don't matter.
Don't know. Have they mentioned missionary? Is that
Missionary's number 1 for women.
Yeah, so you can have a sleep.
You can have a sleep. Okay. Here we go, Kath. This is for you. Outdoor sex. 27% of men. 27% of women, 21% of men. So you're in the 27%. Okay. I've never done it. I think it's disgusting.
You've half done it, so don't say you think it's disgusting.
I think it's filth. I think anyone that does it should be shot for being a pervert. Okay, what do you consider cheating? Liking on social media. 8% of women and 6% of men think liking on social media is cheating.
Gosh. I mean, it depends what they're liking.
Oh, God, people are nuts. 11% of women, 7% of men think watching porno is cheating. I suppose it depends on the context. If they're doing it secretly...
Yeah, if they're doing it rather than have sex with you, then I get why you'd be a bit...
They can have sex with me or they can watch porn, I don't care.
Yeah, but if they're avoiding it with you because they're filling the boots on...
Why are we talking about my sex? Texting is considered cheating by 25% of women, 15% of men. I guess it's what they say, really.
Yeah.
There's like, I want to give you a good hot bum.
Wow.
Then that is a sexual text.
Yeah. If it's, have you seen me sandwich?
Unless sandwich is your sex code as it is for my penis. Cheese sandwich.
Oh.
Cheesy sandwich.
All right. Yeah, we get it.
And no sex affair is cheating. Yeah, 65% women, 50%, 49% women. Sexting.
Well, obviously.
52% of men think that sexting is cheating.
Wow, hang on a minute. That's a discrepancy, isn't it?
71% of women, 52% of men. Well, this is interesting. Only 57% of men and 75% of women consider kissing to be cheating.
Wow.
Why is that not 100%?
Mm-hmm.
Oral sex, that's blowies and licks.
Thank you very much for the...
It's not talking about it. 78% of men and 80% of women think that oral sex is cheating.
But so there are some people who don't. So
I can't do it with it. Imagine you're having sex, right, and then you look up and you just see that lurking through the window. Is that bloke that used to be on the telly? What is... And finally, this is nuts, right? So what do you consider cheating? Sex.
Right.
Guess the percentage for men and percentage for women. Consider sex to be cheating.
Well, surely women will all think that it's cheating.
90%.
Right.
And 84% of men.
Chances.
Think that...
So there's 16% think it's not cheating?
Well, there's 10% of women that think it isn't cheating. That's a little bit...
Mind you, there is that amazing line. I think it's Eddie Murphy's Raw, which is one of those so true dark comedy tapes that it's just not funny, really. It's just musty. When he says one of the great get out of jails he's tried was he was caught at home with somebody and the woman he loves comes in and he says, OK, I was doing it with her, but I make love to you.
Oh, yes.
That's
a keeper. That's one for the biscuit. Put that behind the biscuit tin, lads.
I don't think it's going to wash.
Have you read this, the Robin Williams book?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's great. I'm halfway through it. It came out maybe a month or so ago.
Oh, well, it's got an index, proper book.
Mate, it's a great read. It's a really, really well done. I've had it sat on my shelf for a while. It's really well done. But I'll lend it to you. It's doing the rounds. I think my sister and then you, but I'll bring it in. But those Eddie Murphy...
Dogged and thumbed by the time I get it, won't it?
Those Eddie Murphy tapes, I remember watching them as a kid. You can't watch them now. Well, you can watch them, but it's all, the F word for gays. It's a lot of homophobia. There's a routine about strapping a gay man onto the top of a police van and getting him...
And then Michael Jackson being kind of a gay... very assertive gay man. There's a whole routine about that.
Yeah.
But there's some great stuff about Elvis, because he loved it. He still does, Eddie Murphy, when he does that. Have you noticed that Elvis doesn't speak his dialogue, he sings it. Do you want a lemonade, Elvis? Lemonade. Cool, refreshing drink. So you've got to win this race. I've got to win this race. It's a brilliant observation, isn't it?
I wouldn't mind checking those out and seeing how they stand up.
I've got Raw. I've got it on DVD. If I find it, I'll bring it in before the end of the week.
Because I'd be interested
to see. Because it's one of those, every couple of years, and my son loves it, because when he was 17, 18, it was like the first proper Richard Pryor type comedy he saw.
The first time as a teenager you find, for me it was Derek and Clive, but or it might have been bad news. Anyway, you find adults just swearing and being funny and making filthy jokes that you've always kind of whispered amongst your friends. And you hear or see adults doing it. It's like, whoa.
And an audience full of 4,000 adults all laughing.
Yeah.
Slightly uneasily sometimes.
Yeah, it's a revelation, isn't it? What is on your show tonight, Paul Ross?
Before that, did you see the Sunday Times yesterday, the magazine?
Oh, mate, I saw your tweet. This is incredible.
No, but I did see your tweet. That sounds like a hell of a
I had a
cock-up.
phone call from the sainted mother yesterday. I'm out and about. She's not been that well, but she's fine.
bless her.
Not been that well, so always a bit nervous. Called her back, and she said, "Oh, Paul, you've got the Sunday Times mag." Well, I see the papers here, so I tend not to buy them at the weekends.
Yeah.
They said, "Well, they did a big interview with Joe Brand." She said, and they started. She said, "I've seen it now." I said, "A couple of people have been on to me about it," and they started it by saying, Joe Brand said, "I don't often give interviews because I'm often misquoted. There's misinformation, and things I say get misconstrued." And they talked about her privacy and her husband, who she doesn't like getting in the limelight because he doesn't want to do it. Anyway, turn the page over, and there's a photograph of Joe Brand out with her husband, except it's my mother and my stepdad. And they're wearing fancy dress because they're at one of Jonathan's bonkers Halloween parties. No real reference to that made. My stepdad's dressed as a cowboy. My mum's dressed as some kind of weird, overweight vampire woman. And it's not... And Joe... But I don't know who should be more offended. Because, like, my mother's 20 years older than Joe Brand. But God bless her, Joe Brand is Joe Brand.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know who should sue who.
But great.
And the Sunday Times, from their
That's
picture, it's
outrageous.
bizarre, isn't it?
But great as well that she says, I don't normally do interviews because people get things wrong.
Exactly, that's the opening
and that's
paragraph.
exactly what they've done.
And you turn the page over, and there's my gorgeous mum. But and also, they said something like pictured at a Halloween party, but it's more like a weird fancy dress thing. And my stepdad's dressed as a cowboy. He's from Peckham. It's just a weird
I
thing.
saw that tweet, and the other tweet.
Typically, the only time this office is clean. Normally, I come in and we're ankle deep in poly bags full of the magazines. They've all gone.
The other tweet that made me laugh this weekend was Andy Partridge of XTC saying, "I wish those idiots that stood outside my house last night singing 'Making Plans for Nigel' would find out where the bloke who wrote it actually
Yes,
is."
that was a great
And I
tweet.
laughed because he was genuinely peed off. And I thought, man, that's fun. Go on, you got 40 seconds. What's happening?
Okay, very quickly on the programme today, a couple of rather grim stories we're covering. We're off to Yemen for the very first time, of course. Terrible news reports emerging from that place. It's the first time we've touched base on that hideous conflict. We're also talking to a remarkable woman called Jacqueline Riding, who's written a brilliant book about the Peterloo massacre. She advised Mike Leigh on his new film. Yeah. She's a top historian, advised him on his Turner film, which I love, with Timothy Spall. It's an amazing story. It's her first radio interview, so I'm looking forward to that. Jacqueline Riding, and the book's called the Massacre of Manchester, Peterloo.
I remember doing that at school, and that was one of the first things in history I went, oh, this is actually interesting.
First victim, a 2-year-old boy they trampled to death.
Coming up with Paul Ross at 1. We'll be back tonight at 10. Ta-ta!